The Countdown to Kickoff is made possible by First Bank of Wyoming, your home for totally free personal and business checking. Visit gofirstbank.com.
On a warm, late September day, it's time for high school football. Welcome back to live coverage of Star Valley Braves football, and the quest for a three-peat begins tonight. Star Valley on their home field this evening to host the visiting Shelly Russets. I'm Duke Dance with Dal Erickson. And Dal, some new faces, some not new faces as the Braves try and do something that Coach Young in his storied career as head coach has never been able to do, and that's win 3 in a row.
Well, and in fact, Duke, you could even, if you wanted to be that guy and be a nerd, you could say it's never been done by Star Valley High School, although we as Star Valley people, we claim a three-peat back in the 60s. Technically, the state did not have state championship games for the class that we were playing in, so they're referred to as mythical championships. Now, that doesn't mean there's not banners. It doesn't mean there's not shirts. Doesn't mean there's not alumni out here saying we were state champs. But it is rare, I guess is the best way to put it. If you are looking at that, 1967 was the last time that the Braves won 3 championships in a row. They have a chance to do that this season. It is a great opportunity. And Duke, Coach Young and his staff, they're not shying away from it. They're talking about it. They're embracing it. They're talking about it out in the open.
It's all part of the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff. Your home for totally free checking, where free really does mean free. Find them in Alpine and Afton and online at gofirstbank.com. Of course, the Shelly Russets on Star Valley's schedule. It is officially a 0-week game, which means it's not going to count towards any playoff seeding or anything like that, but it is a real game, Dal. Some teams in Wyoming do more of a scrimmage. Star Valley will play an actual game tonight.
And thank goodness. In the annals of history, this is a real game. It's not a scrimmage. It's not a situational thing. There's 5 officials. We're going to play full quarters. It is a real game, and they'll play it as such, and I am grateful for that.
Star Valley, Shelly, Braves, and Russets. It's football time. Coming up in our countdown to tip-off kickoff coverage, we'll bring in our studio analyst, Jake Hibbard, on the air with us today. He'll take a look at what to expect across the 3A West this season. Also, your Crimson Corner roundup. We have Millie Kazare down on the sidelines today. Recap the Rivalry Records Watch, and a new addition, the now retired high school coach after nearly 30 years of coaching football and other wrestling, other sports at the high school level. Coach Winston Patterson going to join us in our countdown to kickoff coverage. That's on the way. Keys to the game, anthem, starting lineup and kickoff, all up and coming. After the break, we'll join Jake Hibbard next on the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, it's not only about mining phosphate for production of crop nutrients that support western U.S. farmers and ranchers. It's about supporting our employees, neighbors, and local communities and their families. From providing quality competitive jobs to being an active partner in our local communities. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. Passion for people and supporting local families by bringing Earth's resources to life.
Have you heard how you can earn some extra cash from Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union? Bring us any new or refinanced auto, ATV, or RV loan, and we will give you 1% back in cash. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, OAC, member NCUA.
September is Hunger Action Month. Can you be part of the solution by volunteering, donating, or advocating for those food insecure individuals in your community? Come join us at the pantry. Find out all the ways that you can help those families facing hunger in our community.
Hey Braves fans, now you can follow your favorite players during the game with a complete Star Valley football roster online, including player pictures and bios. Scan the code on your screen or visit svinews.com/football roster.
What are you doing?
I'm teaching customers the power of patience to reduce stress while they wait to talk to somebody about their vehicle issues.
I don't know, man. Sitting like this is stressing my legs out.
He doesn't have to wait. He made an appointment online. When his car is ready, we'll give him a call.
Now that sounds less stressful.
Another satisfied customer.
Live on Swift 98, SVI Media, and the SVI Sports Network. This is Star Valley High School Sports and the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff.
It is the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff on the SVI Sports Network. First Bank, your better banking experience is here. Check out First Bank's upgrade to online and mobile banking. Find them online at gofirstbank.com. Duke Dance and Dal Erickson with you at Braves Field as the Shelly Russets, who are 1-0 on the season, come in to take on Star Valley, who is 0-0 in a 0-week matchup in Wyoming High School football. And to join us live in his own studio is Jake Hibbert, our studio analyst with the Mountain View Mattress Company. Jake Hibbert Studio. Jake, hello. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, guys.
All right, we're having an audio issue there with Hibbert, it looks like. We'll touch back with Jake here in just a few moments. Dal, in the meantime, let's jump right into our Crimson Corner. It's presented in our kickoff coverage with the help of the University of Wyoming.
Well, looking at it's been a full week. Cross country hosted the second annual More Cowbell Invite. And thankfully, the Star Valley teams were able to hold on to the walk-in canvas, as they call it, as they won the combined team score. Boys won the team race. Soda Springs won the girls race. Lady Braves were second there. More information online at SVInews.com. Golf wrapping up at White Pines Golf Course today in Rock Springs. The Braves and Lady Braves had a good day one, and they might have just barely wrapped, but don't have any updates for day two on that just yet. Volleyball. The varsity and JV are in Cheyenne at the Cheyenne Invite, sophomores and freshmen at the Cokeville Invite, and our friend Josh Frazier and his wife Denise out giving us some coverage out in Cheyenne. You can find that link at SVInews.com as well. Just an FYI on underclassmen score last night, the JV football going to Shelly and winning that game 41-0. The freshman Russets winning here on Braves Field just a few moments ago. That one was a 42-6 final. That's a look at your Crimson Corner from the University of Wyoming.
Find your reason to be a Cowboy at uwyo.edu. That's uwyo.edu. Star Valley in their home crimson from helmet to cleats, looking to get the season off on the right foot, playing the Shelly Russets the third consecutive year. Star Valley has opened up the season against Shelly, the first time in Boise on the blue turf, and Star Valley won that game in a come-from-behind win. Last year it was at Shelly. That was a solid victory for the Braves, so trying to go 3-0 against the Russets, at least in this time frame of that period. Let's take a look at the roundup down, see what else is on the schedule across the state of Wyoming, presented by Sunrise Engineering.
Well, as you touched on, some teams playing real games, some teams playing a bit of a glorified scrimmage. These are all games, as I understand it. Appreciate Patrick Schmidt from WyomingFootball.com. He kind of helps ride herd on that. Looking at 4A Central at Rock Springs today, a really great column from Patrick at WyomingFootball.com. Two streaks going the opposite direction. Cheyenne South and Sheridan playing tonight. One on a winning streak, one on a losing streak. Go check that out. Kelly Walsh at number 3 Campbell County. Laramie's at number 2 East, and he already got a ranked battle tonight. Thunder Basin is at Natrona. In 3A, number 5 Riverton at number 3 Powell. That's going to be worth watching. The Braves play Powell in the middle of the season. Glen Rock taking on Jackson. That one's in a neutral field in Riverton. Evanston in Utah to take on Ben Lomond. Of course, you got the Russets here in Afton. Torrington and Wheatland are on the road in Nebraska. Mountain View will be in Green River. That's a tomorrow Saturday morning game at 10 a.m. And Rollins will be at Burns. And then one more interstate game. Number 5 Lyman is at Malad. That's a look at your roundup, brought to you by Sunrise Engineering.
Creating solutions that work and relationships that last. Visit sunrise-eng.com. That again is sunrise-eng.com. We'll take a break here from our countdown to kickoff coverage. And the Braves captains and the Shelly captains taking the field for the coin toss. We'll have the results when we come back with kickoff in about 20 minutes from right now, live on the SVI Sports Network.
If you feel a burning in the back of your heel or lower calf that worsens with activity, you may have Achilles tendonitis. This often occurs as the result of repeated movements of certain sports, such as running, tennis, or basketball. Dr. Andrew McCall at Alpine Foot and Ankle is your local expert for Achilles tendonitis treatments and many more foot and ankle problems. To learn more and to schedule a consultation, visit alpinefootandankle.com. That's alpinefootandankle.com.
The winter sledding season will be here before you know it. Make sure you're ready for the best winter yet by making your reservations at Kodiak Mountain Resort in Afton, Wyoming. The resort is located just minutes away from some of the best backcountry sledding in the Rocky Mountains, regardless of experience. And with plenty of trailer parking and a large complimentary breakfast, there is no place better to stay while you enjoy the Wyoming winter. Book your stay today by visiting KodiakMountainResort.com.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician.
I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
Hi, I'm Elise, and I've been dancing since I was 3, and I love it. I used to get nervous going places by myself, but I don't get worried anymore. Dance has helped me be brave and confident, and I am even on Desi's dance performing team now. I love being with my friends, and I love my teachers.
To learn more about how you or your child could not only develop their dance skills, but also develop as a person, visit Desi'sDance.com. Youth and adult classes are available. That's Desi'sDance.com.
The countdown to kickoff is made possible by First Bank of Wyoming, your home for totally free personal and business checking. Visit GoFirstBank.com.
Live from Brays Field, it is the SVI Sports Network and the First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff between the home opener Star Valley Braves and the visiting Shelly Russet. Shelly coming in to this game 1-0. They've already played one game. Idaho starts their season 1 week earlier than Star Valley. Shelly defeating Star Valley's next week opponent, the Preston Indians, by a score of 41-20. Shelly winning that game last week, so Star Valley will see that opponent next week in the Preston Indians. Also here on this field, Duke Dance and Dal Erickson with you as we continue with our countdown to kickoff coverage. Let's try it again. Send it over to Jake Hibbard with our studio report presented by Mountain Valley Mattress Company. Jake. All right, we'll see if we can get that figured out with the Hibbard studio from Jake as part of our First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff coverage. In the meantime, Dal, let's recap the rivalry between Shelly and Star Valley, presented by Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine.
Well, Duke, you touched on the fact that the Braves have won the last 2 meetings in this series, but they have never defeated Shelly here in Afton. This is not a long series. In fact, the first game back when you were still strapping on the pads in 2003. Overall, Shelly leads this series 3-2, and here in Afton, the Russets won them both. They're 2-0 here in Afton on a neutral court. The Braves lead at 1-0, and they're tied on a tied 1-1 in Shelly. Last year, as you mentioned, the Braves won that matchup in Shelly, 34-13. And looking at the trends, just reiterating, the Braves have never defeated the Russets here in Afton. So an opportunity to do that tonight. Shelly will have something to say about that. That's a look at your rivalry, brought to you by Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine.
Bringing Earth resources to life, visit Simplot.com. That is Simplot.com. On Brays Field, the pep band is here, and week into the school year, and student section is rolling in as well, and brand spanking new bleachers, Dow, with the new track being resurfaced, a practice field behind us as well, and a nice upgrade to the Brays Field Stadium here tonight.
Duke, I almost didn't even know how to walk. There was no sag in the bleachers as I was walking. It's kind of like not having sea legs walking on these new bleachers. They're great.
It's all part of the new festivities for the 24-25 Star Valley season and the 24 Braves on the football field. Let's send it down to that field. We do have Millie Kazare with our Miles CPA sideline report. Millie had a chance to catch up with Coach McKay Young to get his thoughts heading into this game. Millie, what did Coach McKay Young have to say today?
Yes, I got to talk to Mr. Young today, and earlier he told me that he's looking forward to this season, and so are all the seniors. Win or lose, it's going to be a great game, and they're excited for the first game of this season. Back to you, Duke.
Thank you, Millie Kazare with the Miles CPA sideline report located in Afton and in Alpine. Call Miles CPA at 885-0055. That is Miles CPA at 885-0055. We'll hear from Millie throughout the game, including halftime and postgame as well. Dal, how about the records watch for Star Valley coming into this season? Already on a 0 week, some people, including those on the coaching staff, looking at some records presented by Star Valley Disposal.
Yeah, there's a few of them here. In fact, Coach Young has 74 career wins. He needs 9 to tie Jerry Hart and 10 to tie Robert Linford. Robert is that's number 2 and number 1, respectively. Bryson Neal comes into this season 669 receiving yards. He just needs 28 to tie Taylor Keller and 151 to tie Andy McCann, moving up in those standings. He also has 44 career receptions. He needs 2 to tie McCann, Sam Gertz, and Taylor Keller, and 4 to tie the Big O himself, Oren Schwab. I'll tell you what, you do anything with Oren Schwab on the Records Watch, you're having a great career. That's a look at your Records Watch, brought to you by Star Valley Disposal.
Again, you can find them online at StarValleyDisposal.com. Residential, commercial, construction, and septic services. Visit StarValleyDisposal.com. National anthem here in just a few moments. But first, now we are stoked to have a former longtime Braves football coach who's been roaming the sidelines for as long as I can remember, and now he's joining us on our broadcast tonight. That's Mr. Coach Winston Patterson tonight. Coach, thank you for your time. You know, you talk about 0 week, Coach. We always talk about maybe some first game jitters for the players. What about you guys on the coaching staff? How do you work through maybe those first game jitters when you come into one like this?
Hey, Duke, you know, you've got a lot on your mind. Coaches have those jitters as well. You know, their room is completely different than the locker room. The locker room's going crazy, but in the coach's room, it's pretty quiet for the most part. You know, you're going over your play card. You know, did I have the guys ready from the off season? Is my pregame speech ready? Is it going to impact the guys? You know, you're trying to remember the stuff that you thought of at 2 a.m. last night. Did I pass it along to my players? You know, when you're in a reloading situation like Coach Young and his staff this year, you know, you also wonder, is my personnel ready? So you get all those thoughts, and, you know, your mind is a beehive right now, and you're just hoping that you can come out of there with a complete nest before the night's over.
Coach, now, when you come into this game, of course, you coached a lot of these players, well, all of them, actually, over the course of their time in high school. What do you think this staff tonight is focusing on when they come in to play the Russets tonight?
You know, I think the main thing is just, are the kids fundamentally ready? You know, Coach Young's probably got some new formations he wants to put in. Coach Merritt's got some D calls he probably needs to make. But, you know, there's stuff that they're working on that we're not going to probably see until Cody, I would imagine. And so that stuff takes a while to polish. But they're gonna open up their playbook a little bit to put some stuff on film to make other teams have to do a lot of preparations. You know, they're going to need to corral these guys back. They're going to be hungry. These boys are hungry. They lost last year to these guys on JV. And they're foaming at the mouth right now, and they got to really be able to rein them in so they can execute and play as a team.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your insights. We miss seeing you on the sidelines, but you know what? We love having you on the broadcast, and the beard is excellent as ever, Coach. So we look forward to talking to you more at halftime.
Hey, you bet. Good luck tonight, and thanks for the awesome broadcast.
That's Coach Winston Patterson now in our countdown to kickoff coverage presented by First Bank of Wyoming. Again, find them in Alpine and in Afton, also online at gofirstbank.com. That is gofirstbank.com. Of course, now Star Valley in their crimson home tonight. Shelly Russett's going to be in the road whites this evening. And, boy, could you not have asked for a better day of weather on the last Friday in September for the season opener.
Absolutely gorgeous. This is why a lot of people you talk to say this is my favorite time of year. beautiful night for high school football.
Absolutely. We are about to send it down to the field. We're going to have the starting lineups presented by Mountain Star Products here in just a few moments, all ahead of the Christoph kickoff to open up the season. But first, we're going to send it down to the field for the national anthem tonight, which is presented in our broadcast by Hastings Ace Hardware, the helpful and friendly place. Of course, you can find Hastings Ace Hardware in Afton. Proud to sponsor the national anthem in tonight's broadcast as part of our First Bank of Wyoming countdown to kickoff. Let's send it down to the field.
To honor America, please stand, remove your hats, and enjoy as Dewey Collard sings our national anthem.
Is it going to be live?
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's meet today's starters, brought to you by Mountain Star Products in Afton.
I'm Smith McClure, son of Brian and Sarah McClure, senior, B quarterback, Afton, Wyoming.
I'm Wyatt Martini, son of Tracy and James Martini, senior, BB, running back, Alpine.
AJ Hale, son of Victoria and Joe Hale, senior, tight end, linebacker, Afton, Wyoming.
Bryson Neal, son of David and Jennifer McGee and Justin Neal, senior, wide receiver and DB, Afton.
Cooper Lancaster, son of Aaron and Anna Lancaster, junior, wide receiver, quarterback, safety.
Dayton Schwab, son of Marie and Dane Schwab, senior, wide receiver, defensive back, Afton, Wyoming.
Cooper Lawson, son of Heath and Heidi Lawson. I'm a senior, offensive tackle and defensive end, Afton.
Garrett Carlson, aka Gare Bear, son of Earl and Sarah Carlson, senior, O-line, D-line, Afton.
Damian Burgess, son of JR and Katie Burgess, senior, O and D-line, Afton, Wyoming.
Coulter Martinson, son of Chad and Wendy Martinson, senior, tight end, linebacker, Fairview.
Andrew Taylor, son of Bo and Ruby Taylor, senior, O&D line, Alpine.
Gunnar Brogue, son of Clay and Brittany Brogue, senior, defensive back and wide receiver, Freedom.
Edio Mutautil, son of Lydia and Lily Mutautil, junior, running backs, linebackers, Afton, Wyoming.
Riley Erickson, son of Jared Erickson, I'm a senior, linebacker, Thane.
Jason Tinser, son of Ty and Candace Tinser, senior, D-line, tight end, Thane.
Grant Thompson, son of Kyle and Aaron Thompson, senior, linebacker and running back, Fairview.
Starting lineup in the broadcast presented by Mountain Star Products. Plumbing supply, gravel, sand, topsoil, excavation, road building, and equipment rental located on Rocky Road in Afton. And Dewey Collard a moment ago with that excellent rendition of the national anthem presented by Hastings Ace Hardware. Starters being announced here on Braves Field, and Dow coin toss already happened a few moments ago.
Yeah, the Braves won that and deferred to the second half, so the Russets will have the offensive possession first. And if you watch Jake Hibbard's little preview from last night, you know they have some pretty cool wrinkles with their running game tonight. We'll see how that works. Last week when they defeated Preston 41-20, Troy McBride had a huge game at quarterback. Zach Trosper was his main receiver, and Chance Waite was about 3 yards short of 100 yards in that game. So those three guys had a big game last weekend. We'll see how they do this week.
Absolutely. Of course, coming into this game, we're going to keep our eye on number 10, Dayton Schwab. He's our mic'd up player tonight, presented by the Wyoming Army National Guard this year. And Dayton, number 10, he's mic'd up, one of the seniors. We'll have a segment next week to post with some of the highlights from Dayton tonight, wearing the mic. Of course, Duke Dance, Dal Erickson here with you as we about are ready for kickoff. Dal, you mentioned some of the players on the Shelly side of the football. On Star Valley side of the football, of course, you got to look at number 4, Smith McClure, the starting quarterback, a senior now this year. He's going to come back and lead the charge with a slew of talent that's quick, that's big, that's aggressive. I mean, to be a quarterback like Smith and then have all the tools at his disposal, he's got to be pretty excited.
And he may actually be the Braves' leading rusher this year. You just don't know. He finished last year with a flourish, 4 rushing touchdowns against Cody in that state championship game. He is one of the fastest players. But you've also got a couple of all-state guys up front. Cooper Big Country Lawson, Garrett Carlson is there. You've also got guys like Ryan Talbot. And then you got guys in the linebacking core, a 3-year starter in Grant Thompson. Bryson Neal is going to be playing, I think, defense, but he's also your leading receiver. So, yeah, there's some studs out there. And, oh, by the way, a guy named Cooper Lancaster who could line up literally at almost any position. He'd have been all-state if we'd have had enough positions to give one to a sophomore last year. He'll be out there. He's wearing number 1.
So plenty of talent both in the backfield and on the line on both sides of the football. And we're about ready to go to start off the 2024 campaign and the hope at a three-peat for Star Valley football. It's the Christoph kickoff. And now the junior Christoph Bueller will put his foot into the football. And the Christoph kickoff presented by Carpus Plus Color Tile of Wyoming in Afton and in Thane and online at carpuspluswy.com. And as we know, Christoph has a leg. He's been kicking for the Braves since a freshman. And now we'll come in, and we are underway. The season has begun as Christoph will send it deep and almost through the uprights for a touchback. And it's 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Shelly Russet offense.
Here's the thing about Christoph. He could boot it into the end zone when he was a skinny little freshman. I watched him. He's one of the Braves' better soccer players this spring. Wyoming plays in the spring. He's not little anymore. He's a big, thick, strong kid. And by the way, he's still got a big old leg. So, yeah, Christoph Bueller, he's going to be booming it this season.
Star Valley defense will come out, and they'll take on this Shelly Russet offense. And under center will be Troy McBride, senior at quarterback. He'll come in the pistol set with the running back behind him, Chance Waite. He was just a few yards under the century mark last week in the win over the Preston Indians. Here's a quick out route and overthrown, looking for Dawson Blackner in motion out to the right side flat and incomplete for 2nd and 10, up and coming and on the way.
Yeah, Troy McBride, he had a tremendous game last weekend, especially in the second half against the Preston Indians. He put up some great numbers in the quarterback position. And this time, as you mentioned, they went the different receiver. But watch number 5, Zach Trosper. He had most of those yards at receiver last week for the Russets.
2nd down and 10, just 4 seconds into this game. And once again, a pistol set here for quarterback Tory McBride for the Russets. This is Perkovich this time in the backfield, lining up to his left. He's going to go out in the flat, under pressure, eludes, sets, throws, in traffic, hit, and it's a jump ball, and it will be caught, I believe. And it is going to be a catch for the Shelly Russets. Defense was there, but it'll be stopped for a gain of about 5 across the 26-yard line.
And I believe that was number 0, Cade Esplin, who caught that. He's a junior.
Going to be a quick 3rd down now for the Russet offense against this Brave defense. That was Matatua in the backfield. He's a new face for this Star Valley defense. He's playing that right side outside backer, and he's going to spend a lot of time in the backfield this year.
You're going to hear his name a lot.
He's going to line up flank to the left side this time. It's going to be an I formation. Now flank out receivers on either side, double tight end set, the 3rd down and 4. Long, hard count from Taylor. Now we'll turn, tailback dive, hit at the line of scrimmage, and dropped immediately. It's going to be no gain on the play, and 4th down for the offense. That was Matatua right there. Called his name, and he's one that had that big hit right at the line of scrimmage.
That was like a clothesline. There was just no room for Chance Waite. And, in fact, just 0 yards. We'll just say 0 yards.
So the Braves defense will come out and put up a 3-and-out in the opening series of the game and force a punt. Star Valley will have 2 back to return. Bryson Neal's going to be on the left. He'll get the bounce over his way. On the second hop, he'll just let it go now. And a nice deep punt that rolls all the way inside the 25 and down by the Russets inside Star Valley's 25-yard line at about the 22. And it will be Braves football, 1st and 10 with 10:32 to go in a scoreless first quarter.
And Duke, you go back 12 months, it was a 3-quarterback rotation in Shelly, and we didn't even know that, and that's kind of our job. You had Tristan Hilton, Smith McClure, and Cooper Lancaster, and Smith kind of came out as the main quarterback by the midway point of the season, and he is the undisputed guy now. And but man, he's got a lot of weapons and a lot of knowledge.
McClure will set up in the shotgun on 1st and 10 on the first play of the season with no receivers in the backfield. Now he'll send Neal in motion. Bryson goes right. McClure pump fakes to him. Rolls, goes deep. Bryson on the out route. Caught at the 50. Makes a man miss. Oh, he is shoelace tackled at the 45-yard line. It was Bryson Neal in motion. Faked it to him on the flat. He goes deep down the side, and a big play for the Braves to cross the 50 on the first play of the game.
That's a gain of 34 yards going deep there on the first one. And I'll tell you what, Bryson Neal, man, 6'3", basically 200 pounds, and he's one of those guys that you look at his numbers from last year and go, oh, he gets to come back.
He missed the whole offseason with the broken shoulder, got cleared just this week to come play. They go right back to him, but this time it's too far to the outside and incomplete on 1st down on the out route. So that sets up 2nd down and 10 to go.
Some good pressure there from the Russets. Number 51, Lane Barrett, senior linebacker, was back there to make sure Smith didn't get too comfortable in the pocket.
So it remains 2nd down and 10. 10:07 still in the first quarter. Star Valley inside Russet territory at the Shelly 44-yard line. Again, an empty backfield for Smith. McClure trips left, 2 receivers over to his right side. McClure will throw, steps up, flushed out, has to run, tucks, eludes the defense, cuts back to the inside, breaks a tackle, and he's up the sideline to the 30. Cuts back inside again, and it will be a 1st down for Smith McClure with his legs, moving the chains inside the 25-yard line, and that will be a Wyoming Army National Guard 1st down.
And that was kind of a broken play. Smith did a great job of seeing that the pocket was collapsing. He stepped up away from some pressure and then used some elusiveness, but then you saw about the 40-yard line. He turned on the jets, and that's a gain of about 21 yards.
Yeah, now they'll spot the ball at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Braves. In the backfield is Martini. He'll stay in to block. McClure pump fakes, goes end zone, open, and just outside his stretched out hands to Bryson Neal. Looked for him at the pylon. The pass was just about there, but Neal couldn't quite haul it in off his fingertips.
Well, he still just about brought it in, but you can see, man, Smith is just comfortable back there. Just a little too much air underneath that one, but boy, him and Bryson Neal already showing they have just tremendous chemistry.
This time Matuati will be in the backfield with Smith McClure in the shotgun again. 4 receivers, 2 on either side. No tight ends. Matuati will be on the right as McClure will throw again. Pump fakes, now goes back outside and caught this time on the sideline. No, incomplete. Bryson Neal again the intended target, but couldn't quite get the foot drug before he stepped out of bounds.
That's one of those plays that still might end up on the game film at the end of the season, because that was a nice job of bringing it in. Just couldn't get a foot inside, but that'll be incomplete. So right now Smith 1 of 4, and just a couple of misses there in the early going. 3 wide receivers now to his left.
2 incompletions sets up a 3rd down and 10. 9:29 remaining in the first quarter. Still scoreless. Star Valley defense pitched a 3 and out to start the game. Now the offense threatening just outside the red zone. McClure in trouble. Sets up the screen and overthrows his intended target. Nobody open downfield. And now it's 4th down and 10 to go. But the ball at the 23. You might be inside Christoph's range here. We'll see what Coach Young tries to do on a 4th and 10.
Well, you can, and that's a great job by Shelly's defense there, and a good job by Smith to get rid of it. But the reason he had to get rid of it is because they came in, provided pressure, and also cut off any type of rollout so Smith couldn't go to his left and kind of basically forced him into a throwaway. So great defense there from the Russets.
Coach Young is going to keep the offense on the field. They're going to go for it on 4th and 10 from the 23. McClure will throw, steps up, has time, now gets it into the end zone, and over the arms, over the outstretched hands of Bryson Neild. He really wanted the PI call, as does the sideline. The flag does not get thrown, and that's a turnover on downs.
So a good start. Pretty nice drive there, Duke, but a trio of close calls there to Neild. And the Braves turn it over on downs, and the Russet offense will come back out.
That takes place with 9:20 to go in the opening quarter. Still tied at 0-0 as the Russets will take their second possession of the game. They went 3 and out on the opening possession. Once again, McBride, pistol set. Waite in the backfield. McBride will throw. Goes to Waite in the flat. Caught. And he cannot get away from Grant Thompson, who wraps him up and keeps it down to a short gain. We weren't sure Grant was going to be able to play today, but he's out there making a play early in the first.
Well, and I like the play call from Coach Bird because he kind of took advantage of the aggressive nature of the Braves coming in there and then lobbing it past the pass rush and getting it to Waite. That's just a great job by Grant Thompson, a 3-year starter at linebacker. He's good enough to say, yeah, I can do that by myself. Gain of 1.
Sets up 2nd down and 9 remaining. 8:40 to go in the first quarter. Once again, McBride will have Waite in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right along with the tight end on that side. 1 receiver flanked wide left. Man across the formation in motion is going to be a handoff. No, a play action. McBride under pressure. Gets away from the first attack, but not the second. And that will be a sack for the Braves defense up front. Nobody open downfield off the play action pass.
A couple of guys in there, Riley Erickson and also Jaden Coons on the backfield there.
They're going to say not a sack, actually, Dal. He did get to the 25,
okay.
so
it's about a yard.
Yeah.
Well,
but it does set up 3rd and 8.
Good job by McBride to not take a sack. In fact, gained a yard. So 3rd down, the Russets are 0 for 1.
7:53 remaining in this first quarter, still scoreless. And Star Valley's defense trying to go 3 and out back-to-back possessions, wanting to hold the Russet offense on a 3rd down and 8 from their own 25-yard line. McBride will throw to the flat, has his target, caught. It will be a first down, out of bounds around the 35-yard line. Needed the 33, and that's going to be enough to move the chains, and the Russet offense stays on the field.
That's basically kind of the same play, except this time Waite was able to kind of turn it into more of a wheel route near the sideline and bring that in. That's a nice pass and a gain of, looks like, 11? About 11 yards there.
Spot the ball at the 36-yard line. Set up 1st and 10. 7:33 remaining in the first quarter. Russets will have, again, 2 receivers to the left, 1 flanked wide right. Pistol set again for McBride. He'll take the snap. Quick pass up and intercepted out of the air by Neild. He's running down and tackled inside the 20. The ball was tipped up in the air by the wide receiver, and Neild stretched his arm back behind him and caught it with one hand and then ran for about 10 yards on the INT return.
Tell you what, some terrific hands here. You don't need to even you don't have to belabor the point that he's a great receiver because that looked easy for Bryson Neild.
First turnover by the Braves defense on the season, and it's a beauty. Sets up the Braves in great field position. 1st and 10 from the Shelly 26-yard line. McClure again, empty backfield. Smith will have 2 receivers to his left. It's a quarterback keeper from the snap. He'll run to the right side. Flag on the play. McClure gets about 2 yards. Flag goes towards the run. It's going to be a hold on the offense, and this will come back.
First penalty of the game, in fact.
Stops the clock at 7:22 to go. Still knotted at 0-0, and the penalty pushes the ball back to the 36-yard line, so it's going to be a first down and about 19 or 20 yards to go. This time we'll see Wyatt Martini in the backfield to the right side hip of McClure. Smith will again throw. Pump fake, under pressure, steps up, can't find anyone downfield, and he's brought down for no gain on the play. Did he get back to the line of scrimmage? Looks like he did not. It's going to be a loss of 1 and a sack by the Russet defense.
Lane Barrett, we said his name earlier, and did a good job of getting away from his blocker. Smith probably trying a little too hard to get something done there and thought maybe he had an extra half a second, and Barrett took it away from him.
Going to be a timeout, I believe. Oh, nope, just something on the field, so we'll just roll the clock at 6:50. Still scoreless, but the Braves looking at 2nd and 21 after the interception. Ball spotted on the Shelly 37-yard line on the bank of Star Valley scoreboard. Trips left side. McClure again will throw. Looking left. Airs it deep into the end zone, and Cooper can't get under it, but there's the flag as Cooper was turned on the route by the defense, and that will be a pass interference by the secondary of the Shelly Russets.
Braves going deep here in this first quarter. Great camera work there from our crew. We appreciate everything that they do to help bring you the action here tonight.
Clock is stopped at 6:35 as the officials meet to discuss what's going to take place here.
And I guess it could be defensive holding. Oh, no, it's on the they're actually calling offsetting penalties.
Holding on the Braves and pass interference on the defense. So you're right. They'll just redo the down.
All right.
2 flags on the play.
You know what, Duke? First game of the year, free play. I'll take free football.
See Grant Thompson in the backfield playing running back for the first time in the game. 2 receivers on either side for McClure, still in the shotgun. I don't think the Braves have handed off the ball yet. Here's the play action. Smith throws deep sideline, left side, man-to-man coverage, coming back to the ball. Caught on the tiptoe sideline inside the 5-yard line for an excellent catch from Bryson Nild. He came back to the football, got it in the basket with his heels on the line.
Man, that ball was kind of hanging up there, but the defender wasn't able to get whipped around in time to see where the ball was, and Nild just waited for it. Basket catch Willie Mays style, and that is a gain of 32 yards. Bryson already has 2 catches of over 30 yards.
Quick battle to Brothers Flooring Battlestad. That's good enough for Wyoming National Guard first down and sets up the Star Valley offense inside the Riverside Dental Crimson Zone.
Wow.
And the first carry of the game is to Grant Thompson, who easily goes in for the touchdown. And the Braves score the first points of the game and the season. They're up 6-0, 6:24 to go in the opening quarter in Star Valley.
Duke, that might have been the bread and butter, but it looked a little more streamlined, dare I say it. And I was talking to you earlier today. You think about Grant Thompson and then a guy like Eli Matuatia. Those 2 guys could really form quite a devastating backfield. We'll see if that comes to pass this week.
Lancaster holds as the Christoph extra point is good, presented by Carpets Plus Color Tile and Afton Thane. It's 7-zip Braves on the SBI Sports Network.
Right. Hold.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Who's this?
Less stress with Stress Reducer. Now, how do we make tire shopping more stress-free for the customer? Maybe we give him a massage?
I don't think he wants that.
I don't want that.
Maybe we try.
Maybe we don't.
Maybe we stick with our industry-leading warranties.
Fine. I guess you guys already know how to make everything stress-free around here.
I mean, it is kind of our thing.
No stress with Point S.
Assist to Sell, the Realty team, knows that buying and selling in our current market is expensive. Their full service assistance will save you thousands on your next real estate transaction. Call Mandy Jack or Ashley Cranny today to find out how.
Live coverage of Braves football continues now on the SBI Sports Network.
After the touchdown from Grant Thompson, Star Valley will kick off with the Christoph kickoff with Carpets Plus Color Tile. And it is going to be 6:24 to go in the opening quarter. Braves leading it 7-0. Christoph will leave this one returnable at the 4-yard line. Caught there by Trosper, and he's going to get a tackle and a block up to the 26 to second, 1st and 10 for the Shelly Russell. So let's send it out to Jake Hibbert for the studio with our game live update. Jake.
Hey, thanks, Duke. It's pretty simple what I got for you right now. South Sheridan 66-0. Sheridan leading South second quarter. Back to you.
It's a lopsided one. Thank you, Jake. That's the studio update with Jake Hibbard, presented by Mountain Valley Mattress Company.
That's one of those games that, quite frankly, you wish could have gotten changed somehow. But that's just the way it is. 1st and 10 for the Shelly Russets. They've had just one first down in the game. Here's a handoff to McBride, and he's hit and brought down to the backfield for a 2-yard loss on the play. Jaden Coons there to bring down Chance Waite, and running game's been a little tough so far for the Russets. Loss of 2. Right now, 3 rushes for -1 yard.
The clock continues to roll down to 5:50 to go in the opening quarter.
The cool thing about Eli Matuatia, Duke, is we're all going to know how to say his name real quick because he keeps making plays.
Braves up 7-0. Blackner in motion. Left to right. Play action. McBride flushed out. Under pressure, rolling, and throws it away outside the pocket and out of bounds.
I don't mean to sound like a talking head, Duke, but sometimes the best play is just getting rid of the ball and not putting yourself in a negative situation for the next play, and McBride did that. Looks like we've got a flag on the field, though.
I do. It came in the backfield.
Ineligible man downfield against the Russets. Sometimes that can happen when you roll out. Maybe a lineman thinks it's a screen, or they end up kind of trotting down the field, and you can't really do that, so the officials see that, and that's going to cost the Russets some yardage.
They are going to decline it because it will set up 3rd and 12 without the penalty, so Coach Young will take the result of the play.
That's why he's the coach.
5:29 to go in the first quarter. Star Valley up 7-0. And again, trying to get the Shelly Russet offense off the field. They have not even come close to midfield so far in the game.
0 for 2 on 3rd down.
McBride pumps left, goes center, throws down the field, and up for grabs. Jump ball caught by the Russets across midfield, and they're going to say it's incomplete. He dropped it going down to the ground. It looked like Blackner was going to haul that one in the jump ball, kind of just threw it up there, and Blackner can't quite haul it in. Hits the turf.
Now, I've never played quarterback, Duke. I know that's shocking to you, and the people who know me that think I was never a quarterback. This is a dangerous pass, and so I give McBride a lot of credit on that last play, but that play right there, they're lucky, the Russet's lucky that was not another turnover. That being said, it was almost a big play too, so when you pull the one-arm bandit, that's the gamble you take.
Another punting situation for the Russets. They'll boot this one over to the right side. Again, short, but filled it off the hop by Neal. He'll break one tackle and then brought down across the 40. It's going to be about a 3-yard return for Bryson. And the Braves will have it 1st and 10 from inside their own territory, near 50-yard line.
I believe that was Cade Esplin on special teams and also Deegan Jones. They did a really nice job there on special teams for the Russets. Neal looked like he might have had a little bit of a seam, and they sewed it up real quick.
5:14 to go in this opening quarter. It's been a slow-moving first quarter with Star Valley throwing the ball a lot. Their only handoff went to Grant Thompson. It was a 6-yard touchdown run.
Then you had basically a broken play from Smith McClure and a quarterback sack.
McClure's run a few times, but
yeah, you're right.
Just one handoff on the game. Grant Thompson in the backfield again. Smith, low snap, collects, throws, out route, caught in the flat by Cooper. Lancaster has his first catch of the season, and he'll fight for a few extra yards after catch to get up to the 49-yard line. That will be 6 on the play and set up 2nd down and about 3 or 4 to go.
So Smith at one point was 1 for 6 after a couple of incomplete passes. They're quickly up to the line.
Braves go no huddle. McClure again will throw. Looking to his left. Steps up in the pocket. Eludes the pressure. Now he'll tuck it and run. Breaks a tackle on a 1st down. In the open field. 30.
See ya.
Smith to the 20. 10. Defense can't catch him. And that's a touchdown for Smith McClure. Up the defense, right down the hashes. Nobody open downfield. And you mentioned it now. With all the talent in the backfield, potentially the quarterback might lead the team in rushing yardage this year. He certainly showed why that could be the case there.
Well, and he really was starting to get more and more of that element under his belt at the last month of last season, and now he's had an off season to work on it. He's been the guy, and man, by the way, he might also be the fastest guy on the team.
Carpets plus color tile extra point attempt from Kristoff, nearly blocked, but it's up through the uprights. Good. He's 2 for 2, and it's 14-zip Braves on the SBI Sports Network.
Avail Valley Construction is hiring and a great place for high school seniors to enter the workforce after graduation. Multiple positions are open with competitive pay right out of high school. To learn more about a rewarding career for those of any age, visit availvalley.com.
Today, we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at what happens at the bank before we open on game day.
Carpets plus color towel, Kristoff kickoff after a huge run up the middle for Smith McClure. Was not a designed quarterback run, but he saw the seam under pressure and took it. It's 14-zip now with Star Valley up on top. Here's the Carpets plus color towel, Kristoff kickoff. And it will be a touchback again. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Shelly Russet offense, who have only had one first down on the game, and they have not even sniffed midfield at this point, up to this point in the game.
And Duke, we only know what we can guess based on games that we've done and personnel coming back and what they did last week. I guess I thought the Russets were going to be a little more run-heavy early on, and that has not been the case. They've gone to the air a little bit. The run game, they've only handed it off 3 times. Right now, the yardage, the Braves at 148 and Shelly at 17.
So here we are with 4:39 to go in the opening quarter. It's 14-0, Star Valley on top. Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. 1st and 10 for Torrey McBride under center this time, and he'll load up the backfield behind him with 3 and a double tight end set. Turn, hand off to the fullback, up the middle, and he won't get much. The Braves front 7 clogged that hole early on, nothing going there.
I believe that was Dawson Blackner, number 2. With that carry, and he was met by a host of Braves. And we talk about these linemen, and this is after the Braves lost who Coach Young termed 2 all-timers in Clay Merritt and Jesse Gibson, but they just had a lot coming back. You've also got some other guys ready to step in, guys like Damian Burgess and some other big guys, and Matuatia. So far they have been very tough.
When you look at the line, there's some big boys on the Shelly side.
Yeah, there's the center. He's a big dude.
Shelly has a lot of weight in the trenches, but Star Valley is just strong down low. Here's the 2nd down and 9. This time another carry, and it's going to go to Waite, and he won't get much. Maybe another 2 yards to set up another 3rd down situation for the Shelly offense. Ball spotted at their own 24-yard line.
I think I saw Jaden Coons in there. Also Tyson Tittenser, number 23.
Third and 6 with 3:20 remaining in the opening quarter.
Russ, it's 0 for 2 on 3rd down. 0 for 3.
They'll come out with 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Waite remains in the backfield. McBride in the pistol set. 3rd and 6, under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Russets trailing Star Valley 14-0 in Afton. And a flag as the ball is snapped. It's going to be a delay of game on the Shelly Russets. On a 3rd and 6, now it's 3rd and 11.
Don't want that as a Russet fan or their sideline. That's quite honestly about the worst time you can get a delay of game on 3rd and 6. Now your options to run basically go away, and I would expect this is probably going to be a pass here unless it's some kind of misdirection. And technically, Duke, that is the first accepted penalty for the Russets tonight. 1 penalty, 5 yards.
Pushes the ball back inside their own 20-yard line, right about the 19. 3rd and 11 to go, 2:52. And again, the Russets will take their time in the huddle. Now they'll break it and set things up with the clock stopped at 2:52 to go in the first. 2 receivers to the right side. Waite motions out of the backfield. They'll throw, and the ball tipped up in the air and incomplete. That was Andrew Daniel who came up to tip the ball up, and it drops to the turf, and it will be incomplete, and another punt for the Shelly offense.
Well, you look at Andrew, he's just a big, tall kid. He's listed at 6'2", 175. He kind of reminds me of Lane Weeblehouse's build from last year. And in that game in Shelly, Lane made a couple of big dang plays on defense. So right there, Andrew Daniel doing his Lane Weeblehouse impression.
Cooper Lancaster back deep to repunt. The last few punts have been short, so this time they're going to put Bryson Nield up closer, up in front to fill the short punt if that's the case again. Here's the snap. Kick is away. It is going to be short. Nield will let it bounce, and it's going to take a Shelly hop. Lancaster lets it go by him, and after the roll, it'll be a pretty decent punt inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. And again, 1st and 10 for the Braves offense, and pretty decent field position again.
The Braves have picked up yardage in chunks so far in this first half. Bryson Nield has 2 catches of over 30 yards apiece. Smith McClure with the 50-yard touchdown run. I mean, you typically don't want to give up that many big plays in a game, and that's happened so far. We still got 2 minutes left here in the first quarter.
Smith McClure in the shotgun once again. 1st and 10 from the 40 is where they will spot this one. McClure calls for it, rolls out to his right, steps up in the pocket, fires deep to McClure, caught on the sideline, broken tackle at the 40. One man to beat, Jukes 30, broken tackle to the 20. Defense catches up with him and brings him down inside the 15. That's another Wyoming National Guard first down for the Braves, caught by Cooper Lancaster and up the sideline.
And they will spot this at the 12-yard line, so 48-yard gain. And that puts Cooper up to 55 yards receiving. Right now, Smith McClure, 4 of 8, 121 yards through the air, and 70 on the ground. He's having a huge game.
Jaden Coons in the backfield this time for the Braves offense as McClure will send Schwab in motion. Fake the pitch to him, throw into the end zone, has a man wide open, but over his head and missed. He was looking for A.J. Hale, the tight end. He was open running the flag route, but just over his head, couldn't climb the ladder to get it.
And that's one Smith will probably tap his chest and say, that's on me. A.J. had a wide open look here, just a little bit over his head. Great camera work, and there's that replay Mr. Kazare was talking about this morning on Sports Friday. Pretty cool.
2:04 to go in the open quarter. Braves inside the Riverside Dental red zone. Martini in the backfield to the left side. Here's a handoff to Martini. Has a big seam to the right side. Cuts in inside the 10. Defense closed on that pretty quick, but Martini able to get inside the 10 to about the 9. Sets up 3rd and 6.
We'll call it, I think, 3 yards for Wyatt Martini. And I cannot think of his last name without thinking of the bar in It's a Wonderful Life. Martinis.
1:40 to go in the opening quarter. Still 14-0.
Should I call it a club, maybe?
Matuati is going to line up in the backfield along with Grant Thompson. Under center is McClure this time. He'll hand off to Matuati. Oh. He's upended inside the 10, just shy of the 5. That was a big hit, I believe, by Shane Perkovich, who just upended Matuati.
Let's take a look at it again here on the Fall River Propane replay. And if you're going to tackle that big feller, that is probably the best thing to do is go low. We're going to say up to the 6, so, well, looks like more the 7, so we'll call it a 2-yard gain.
4th down, certainly inside Bueller's range, but it looks like Coach Young is going to go for it here, just needing 3 to 4 yards to get it. Under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line. Matuati will remain the fullback. Grant Thompson behind him. That is a beefy backfield as they go jumbo package. They'll hand off to Grant. No, it's an end around and into the end zone. Touchdown for Riley Erickson, the wingback. Misdirection, and Erickson gets 6 points from right to left, and the Braves lead at 20-0.
They fooled us, Duke. You saw that beef back there with Matuatea and Grant Thompson. And the Russets said that's probably where it's going, and then instead it goes to Riley Erickson, 44, and look at that hole. Riley in for his first varsity touchdown, I think. I might be wrong there.
Christoph Bueller for the Carpets Plus Color Tile extra point. Up, good, easy. 21-zip Braves on the SVI Sports Network.
Today we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at what happens at the bank before we open on game day.
Here's Duke Dance, Al Erickson, and the SVI Sports Crew with more live coverage of Braves football.
After the touchdown, it's the Kristoff kickoff on the SVI Sports Network. 38 seconds remains in the opening quarter. Braves up 21-0. Kristoff puts his foot into that, and it will be another touchback into the end zone.
And, Duke, that's just a weapon. I mean, you've got two really dangerous athletes back there for Shelly, and they don't even get a chance to return this because Kristoff Buehler is just booming this thing through the end zone every time.
So 38 seconds to go, and the Shelly Russet offense back out on the field. First quarter, 21-0, Star Valley up on top. And we mentioned it in the pregame coverage now, just a lot of weapons in the backfield for Smith McClure to work with. And you look at all that beef down low, and then they go misdirection to Riley Erickson in for 6. On a 4th down, by the way.
Yeah, that's correct.
1st and 10 now for McBride. He'll throw, goes to the flat on the out route. Caught by Waite up the sideline. Room puts his shoulder down and bulldozes up to near the 40-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down for the Russets. And that's one of the bigger plays they've had so far in the game, trying to get something going here late in the first.
They've had quite a bit of success with that play, or at least some slight variations of it. That's a 25-yard, or excuse me, that's a 19-yard gain for Chance Waite. He's now got 3 catches for 31 yards.
All right, 1st and 10 now from the 39, 25 seconds to go. Pistol set formation, clock down to 18. Across the formation is Blackner, left to right. McBride will throw, goes to the flat again. He's caught and tackled for a loss this time. Open field tackle out on the flat for the Braves for a loss of 1.
It was Jaden Coons, number 39, bringing him down. That's a great open field tackle and bringing Waite down. And as you mentioned, I thought it was going to be for a loss about a yard. Instead, looks like they're going to leave the sticks.
Well, there's a flag on the play, so they're discussing that. See where it's going to go. There's going to be...
looks like they're pointing at the Braves, so this may be good news for Shelly.
Be a personal foul on the defense. Not sure what happened there, but it will result in a 1st down and will put Shelly inside Star Valley territory for the first time tonight.
And those are the type of penalties that make you have to run. Personal fouls are not anything any staff likes, but especially an established winning staff like the Braves have. That's not something they're going to be happy about.
3.3 seconds. It will be a running clock on the set ball, so we'll see if Shelly snaps the football. And they set the ball at the 47-yard line. And the officials will discuss something. They may put a little more time on the clock because it ran and then they had the flag, so maybe they put some time on to give Shelly it's going to be last play of the game no matter what. Or last play of the quarter, I apologize. Yeah, looks like they might put a few more ticks on.
8.8 is what I'm hearing. So that's a pretty significant addition.
Yeah, so I guess maybe there's a quick out incomplete pass. I don't know. So it is 8.8 seconds.
I don't mean to use this line all the time, Duke, but there's 5 guys getting paid to officiate, and I'm not one of them. You're not one of them.
Was there a timeout just called between all that? No, now Shelly's just going to let the clock roll out. All right.
All righty then.
End of the first. Braves lead at 21-0 on the SVI Sports Network. Eight hours of work, 8 hours of play, and 8 hours of sleep. Yeah, right. With today's busy schedules, you need to make the sleep you do get count. Mountain Valley Mattress Company in Afton is here to help. Mountain Valley Mattress Company. Sleep well, Star Valley.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive. It's gorgeous, and I get what I want.
I take my Caribou Ford to the Oregon Trail golf course.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I can check out inventory online before I go. Now that's service.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? Satisfaction.
We're Caribou Ford with top awards in the region for customer satisfaction because we're still keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
Hey Braves fans, now you can follow your favorite players during the game with a complete Star Valley football roster online, including player pictures and bios. Scan the code on your screen or visit svinews.com/football roster.
You're watching Star Valley High School football on the SVI Sports Network.
Start of the second quarter, Braves leading 21-0, but Shelly Russett's inside Braves territory for the first time of the game. They're going to hand off to the left side, and Esplin will get up across the 45 for a gain of about 4 yards on first down. 2nd and 6 to go.
As you mentioned, Duke, this is the deepest the Russets have been so far. Aided by that Star Valley penalty. We'll see if they can make some hay out of it, capitalize on it.
Clock rolls down to 11:35 to go in the second quarter. Braves with a 21-0 lead. Going to have, again, pistol set for Torrey McBride. Wait in the backfield with him, 2 receivers to the right. Man in motion is Esplin. Hand off to Waite. He has a big hole into the secondary, brought down by the free safety, but it will be a first down for the Shelly Russets inside the Braves, 30 down to the 26-yard line.
Easily the biggest run play of the day for the Russets. Bryson Neal got the majority of that contact, but a nice gainer. Looks like Dayton Schwab to help finish him off.
1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 26-yard line. 11 minutes to go before halftime. Pistol set again. They're going to flip-flop the formation. Esplin to the left, and Shelly forced to call a timeout with some confusion on the offense. We'll take the break back in 60 on the SVI Sports Network.
What are you doing?
I'm teaching customers the power of patience to reduce stress while they wait to talk to somebody about their vehicle issues.
I don't know, man. Sitting like this is stressing my legs out.
He doesn't have to wait. He made an appointment online. When his car is ready, we'll give him a call.
Now that sounds less stressful.
Another satisfied customer.
No stress with Point S.
If you feel a burning in the back of your heel or lower calf that worsens with activity, you may have Achilles tendonitis. This often occurs as the result of repeated movements of certain sports, such as running, tennis, or basketball. Dr. Andrew McCall at Alpine Foot and Ankle is your local expert for Achilles tendonitis treatments and many more foot and ankle problems. To learn more and to schedule a consultation, visit alpinefoothandankle.com. That's alpinefoothandankle.com.
After timeout, Shelly throws out to the flat. It's caught by Esplin. He's up the sideline, and that should be enough for a first down to move the chains and put Shelly inside the red zone and a new set of downs to work with. Clock down to 10:50 to go, and they're actually going to mark it just shy of the first down. They'll put it down to about the 17-yard line, so 2nd and inches to go here for the Shelly Russets down to the 16.
And Dawson Blackner brought that one in.
Once again, Torrey McBride. Shotgun set with Waite to his right. Esplin in motion. Hand off to him. Just needs a few inches. He'll have that and a little bit more inside the 15 before he's brought down by the Star Valley defense. New set of downs for Shelly inside the 15-yard line. 10:19 to go in the second quarter.
Cooper Lancaster and Big Country Lawson in there on that stop. But as you mentioned, Duke, he just needed a few inches, and he got it.
Spot the ball down to the 12-yard line. Clock continues to roll. 10:07. Shelly threatening for the first time of the game as they trail 21-0. Shelly coming off a win to open up their season. They defeated Preston last week in the Idaho Week 1 opener. 41-20 the final against Preston. Of course, Star Valley sees the Indians here on this field next week for the first official Week 1 in 3A football, this one being a 0-week game. We go to Jake Kibbert as soon as we have a moment. He has a game break on Evanston and a flag on the play before the snap. It's going to be a false, no, another delay of game on the Russet offense. That's their second of the game.
Boy, and obviously you don't ever want a penalty, but especially on this drive with the way they have gone so far in this game for Shelly, you have a chance to get right back in this game, and that does not help. 2 penalties totaling 10 yards now for the Russets.
Turns a 1st and 10 into a 1st and 15 and pushes the Russets back to the 17-yard line. Clock continues to roll down to 9:23 to go in the second quarter. Torrey McBride pistol, has weight to his right. McBride will throw. Quick drop, looks left, throws it up into the end zone. Overthrows, has a Brave there, and it's intercepted inside the end zone. That's going to be a pick for our mic'd-up player tonight. Dayton Schwab, the senior, has an INT in the end zone.
Makes you wonder if he went, I got it. Because McBride trying to lead his receiver, and yeah, that was a great opportunity for the interception, and Dayton Schwab reeled that in, no trouble at all.
Shelly gets inside the red zone. They threaten, but then a penalty and a pick inside the end zone gives the ball right back to the Braves. Star Valley with a 21-0 lead. Dayton on his first pick of the season.
And that's a double whammy for Shelly because that's in the end zone on the best drive you've had of the game. That's kind of like it's kind of like getting hit twice.
9:10 to go before halftime. McClure in the backfield. Will throw to his right, pump fake, now goes deep sideline. Coverage is there, but threw it almost perfectly, but the defense closed excellent. The ball was right in the breadbasket of Bryson Neal, but Riker Harris, I believe, stuck his hand in there to knock the ball loose.
A lot of hand fighting right there between both of those guys. I think it's probably a good no call, and boy, that ball was right there, though, from Smith McClure.
It's a good play from Harris.
Absolutely. Especially when the receivers to this point for the Braves they've been kind of doing whatever they want, and that's an example of Riker Harris saying, yeah, we've had enough of that.
Neal is going to sub out. Lancaster in motion. Hand off to the tailback. High and tight with the ball and across the 25-yard line on the carry by Jaden Coons. He'll pick up about 5, maybe even 6 yards on the carry. Bounced it to the left side. Ball spotted at their own 27.
Gain of 7 there. Third down, and the Braves are actually 0 for 2 on third down in this game.
Clock down to 8:35 to go in the second quarter. Star Valley still up 21-0.
My stats are right, Duke. We have not seen a third down conversion yet in this game.
McClure under center this time. Turn, bread and butter play. Thompson put his shoulder down, and 2 big hits, but he does get enough to move the chains. Yards after contact, big for Grant Thompson. That's going to be a Wyoming Army National Guard first down.
Brendan John, number 52, looks like Grant Thompson's equal there for Shelly, and they were button heads there in the pocket. Grant's able to get enough for that first down, a gain of 6 for Grant.
New set of downs for the Braves. This drive stays alive as the clock rolls down to 8:08 to go in the second quarter. This time McClure back into the pistol set. 2 receivers on either side. Matuati will get the ball, and he will rumble ahead right up the middle. He'll get about 5 yards on the tailback dive.
So our friend Josh Frazier has provided us even with a vocal pronunciation for Mr. Zero. His name is Eli Matautia. So, hey, it only took us, we're in the second quarter. That's pretty good. Second quarter of the first game.
Second down and 5 from their own 38-yard line. 7.5 to go. Matautia will sub out, and it's going to be shotgun set here for McClure. Here's Thompson. No, McClure will throw. Goes to Neal again. Man-man coverage, and Neal comes back to it again and catches the ball inside the 30. Again, the coverage was there, this time from Kyle Davis. But Neal just went up and got the football and brought it down to move the chains inside Russet territory.
And that is Bryson's third catch of at least 30 yards. That was 33. And that is his average in this first half. 3 catches, 99 yards on my stat sheet.
They're going to spot the ball at the 29-yard line. McClure quickly to the line of scrimmage in the no huddle. 4 receivers to the right side with the tight end over there as well. Neal will load up the offense on the right off the motion. Pump fake to Neal to the flat. Now he goes deep. Open down the sideline. Caught on his fingertips and into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Oh, yes. They looked at each other and signaled he stayed in bounds inside the pylon. Up the sideline, Bryson, another touchdown, and it's 27-0.
Well, bad news for Bryson, though. That was only 29 yards for that reception. So he's got 4 catches, 128 yards now, and now a touchdown. He and Smith McClure are putting on a clinic here at times in this first half.
Carpets plus color tile with the Kristoff extra point. Again, Cooper Lancaster will hold. High snap, gets it down, kick is blocked. And the high snap muffed that one, and it's going to be 27-0, 6:47 to play in the second on SVI.
The Lincoln County School District No. 2 Transportation Department is currently hiring bus aides for the current school year. Earn extra side cash while helping out the local students. Starting wage for business aides is $16.75 an hour. No experience is necessary, and all training is paid. Get started and fill out an application. Visit lcsd2.org. That's lcsd2.org and click job openings. Become a bus aide and enjoy a great way to earn some part-time income.
What's that smell?
Hello there.
Let's
stress with Stress Reducer. Just a little aromatherapy to help reduce stress for our customers.
What is it?
That's Himalayan yak lard essential oil. Would you like some?
Les, with expert auto and tire care under one roof, there's already no stress with Point S.
Is it supposed to smoke that much?
We should go.
Yeah.
We should go. Oh!
No stress with Point S.
Time to go back to the field with more live coverage of Braves football on the SVI Sports Network.
After the touchdown, here comes the Kristoff kickoff presented by Carpets Plus Color Tile in Afton and in Thane. It's a big catch down the sideline to Bryson Neild. And with 6:47 to go in the second, it's 27-0. The extra point was blocked on a high snap, and this one will be fielded just outside the goal line from inside the 1. It's going to be brought back from Esplin. He breaks some tackles up to the 20 and then brought down shy of the 25. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Shelly Russets from around the 23-yard line.
It's the first time the Russets have been able to return one of those kicks, and Esplin shows what he can do. And the Russets will set up shop just across the 20.
6:40 to play before halftime.
And so far, the turnovers have really hurt the Russets in this first half. Pair of interceptions, including on that last one, was in the red zone, in the end zone, in fact.
Dayton Schwab who pulled that one in, and 1st and 10 from their own 23. Coming in again is McBride. Rolls to his right, now steps up, throws deep down the field looking for Trosper, and he tries to go up and get it. Couldn't quite get up there. Wyatt Martini on the coverage down the sideline. It's incomplete.
That one just a little bit too high there for Trosper, who, as we mentioned, he had a huge game last week against Preston, but he and McBride have not been able to hook up yet so far today.
After this play, we'll go to a game break from Jake Hibbert. He's looking in on that Evanston game tonight. Of course, Star Valley and Evanston will meet up later on in the season. That one in Evanston.
Yeah, and Evanston down, they're taking on Ben Lomond.
2nd and 10. Man in motion for McBride. Hands off to Esplin, and Esplin will go towards the sideline. Gets a good push from behind, close to a first down. Let's take a look at the game break from Jake Hibbert of the Mountain Valley Mattress studio. Jake, what do you got?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Well, I started with this highlight of Evanston getting picked off there. That's Ben Lomond's Jackson Espinoza. But what actually happens here is on the next play, Jesse Page is going to take it the rest of the way on 4th down for Evanston. So the Red Devils lead it 7-0, guys. Back to you.
It's Jake Hibbert on the Mountain Valley Mattress Company game break. And it's 1st and 10 here in this game with 6:26 to go in the second quarter. Braves ahead 27-0. Russets 1st and 10 after that carry from their own 33. And this carry up the middle goes nowhere. Helmet comes off. A Russet player lost his lid.
Hopefully he's all right.
The ball will be spotted for about a 1-yard gain after it's all said and done.
Ooh, that's kind of scary. You have a big scrum like that. You see a helmet pop off. It's number 55, Peyton Olson, lost his lid there, and thankfully nothing happened afterwards, but gain of 1 on the carry, but again, more important thing is Olsen is okay. As I understand the rules, Duke, he's got to come off for a play, and they'll figure out that was something that just got pulled off or knocked off or chin strap wasn't done up right. Who knows?
Looks like just one of those things that happens.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It is football. Things still do happen.
2nd and 9 after the 1-yard carry up the middle. Ball spotted on the 34-yard line in Shelly's side of the field. Russet offense will take the snap from the shotgun once again. Blackner this time in the backfield. Esplin in motion, gets the handoff, sweeping from left to right, can't get up the corner. Actually does get a few yards, stops shy of the 40. Slew of Braves there to make the tackle about the 39-yard line.
And there's some guys out there like Big Country Lawson and Grant Thompson, but I'll tell you, Riley Erickson, number 44, he is having himself a ball game so far. He actually, obviously had a rushing touchdown, but defensively, I've seen him in making some great tackles.
So it's up 3rd down and about 4 to go for the Russets on offense. Under 5 minutes remaining before halftime. Braves ahead 27-0. Pistol set again for McBride. Now he'll set Blackner to his right hip. Again, Esplin in motion, left to right. McBride will throw, pump fakes, nobody open, rushed out. Now he's going to run deep in the backfield, out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked way down deep for a huge loss on the play.
Ryan Talbot was not fooled.
He stayed with him the whole way, and Talbot with a massive sack. That is a huge loss. All the way down to the 15-yard line.
Said Big Country was there, 78, but it's number 70, Ryan Talbot, who eventually does bring down Troy McBride, and he gets an attaboy from all his teammates.
So instead of converting on a 3rd and 4, it's now going to be 4th and South Smoot with Cooper Lancaster almost on his doorstep to return the punt.
I think that was a loss of 23, if I'm doing the math right, which is very questionable.
Under 4 minutes to go. Here's the punt. It's going to be short to the left. It will be fielded by Martini, who will have about a yard or two on the return. Up the sideline, and the Braves will start this drive inside Russet territory thanks to that huge sack by Ryan Talbot.
I want to talk about Wyatt Martini for a minute because one of the things I try and do is I come out and do the PA for the underclassmen games, and I've called Wyatt's name doing freshman game and JV game, sophomore game. And for him to have advanced since last season to the point where he is starting running back for the Braves this year, he must have worked his dang tail off this last year. So credit to Wyatt Martini. He does a great job there on special teams, too, returning the kick.
It's going to be Grant Thompson this time to start off the possession. Ball spotted at the Shelly 41-yard line for the Braves, up 27-zip. 3:40 to go before halftime. McClure again will throw to the right side and just outside the arms of Cooper Lancaster and incomplete. Stops the clock at 3:36 to go.
And if I'm not mistaken, Duke, this is the second time the Braves have started inside Shelly territory. The one was after the interception by Bryson Neal, and now this time starting on the Russet 41.
Going to be a bunch set to the right. One receiver to the left is Lancaster. He's in motion. Throw ahead to Cooper. He's on the run, trying to get that edge. He does get forward progress for a couple of yards. And it will go down as a reception for a gain of about 2.
Yeah, for those folks who think that's a pitch, that is technically a pass and catch. Cooper with 3 catches, 57 yards in this game after that one. Smith McClure, 7 of 14, 185 yards through the air, and he has thrown a touchdown pass to Bryson Neal.
3rd and 7. Now about 3rd and 8 from the Shelly 39-yard line. Empty backfield for Smith McClure. Looking to his right, steps up in the pocket, back to his left, throws, caught by Dayton Schwab, running, lost the ball. Ball's loose, it's fumbled and recovered by the Shelly Russets. Dayton had the first down on the catch. It was knocked out of his hands from behind after the reception, and the fumble is recovered by Shelly inside the 20.
And it was Cale Remington who came in and scooped that up.
That will take off the big play for the Braves. 2:47 remaining before halftime, and Shelly's offense back out on the field. They're going to have a long field ahead of them. They'll start this drive in at their own 14.
And unfortunately, that was a nice gainer from Dayton Schwab, 25 yards or so. But the Russets with the tackle forcing the fumble, and then K.O. Remington right there.
2:47 remains. Again, McBride, empty backfield with trips to his right, 2 receivers to his left. Braves show pressure off the edge. Here they come. McBride under pressure, has to step up in the pocket, and Big Country takes him down. His first sack of the season, Cooper Lawson.
And that was set up. He's given Riley Erickson his props because Riley came in and forced him up into the pocket. Watch 44, and then he had nowhere to go except right into the waiting arms of Big Country. Sounds like a country song.
2:23 to go. That's a 2-yard loss on the play. And the ball back to the 11-yard line now. Clock continues to move down to 2:14. McKay Young does have all 3 timeouts remaining should he want to start taking them here on defense. We'll see how this play goes first. Maybe he'll try and get the ball back. He is up 27-0 late in the second quarter. Blitz up the middle. Ball loose, and Shelly will recover in the backfield. They just lost the ball on the exchange on the handoff. Felt the pressure coming, and that will be another loss. 3rd down. Coach Young will not take a timeout here. The clock rolls down to 1:47.
Well, the good news is probably one of the guys with the best hands on the team is Chance Wade, and after that missed exchange, he's right there to hop on the ball. Jaden Coons gives him an attaboy. It's like, hey, I just about had that.
Clock rolls down to 1:30, and it looks like both teams content to let this one tick down. And actually now Coach Bird from Shelly will call a timeout, his second of the half. 1:27 to go before halftime. Braves up 27-0 on SBI.
I think being in a small town, you just really care and you take more pride in the work that you do because you're working with your neighbors. These are people that you see out in the community. You know, you see them at kids sporting events and parent-teacher conferences and the grocery store. You know, these are our neighbors.
One of the reasons that people also come back to us is they trust us because we are friends, we are family. And so I think there's a lot of trust in the community.
As a small business owner, we know you want to take care of your team. Introducing Member Care, Star Valley Health's membership healthcare program. Through our new program, you can provide your team healthcare benefits at our primary care and urgent care clinics, including essential services like lab tests, x-rays, and urgent care visits, bundled into a plan that fits your budget. Your employees support your dream every day. Here's one more way to keep your team happy and healthy. Learn more at starvalleyhealth.org.
It's the SVI Sports Network with Duke and Dow and live coverage of Star Valley football.
After the Shelly timeout, Russets will have 3rd and 17 with 1:27 to go before halftime, deep in their own territory. McBride will throw from his end zone, goes down the hashes and underthrown, almost caught, but it was dislodged from behind by Bryson Neild. The receiver had to go down, reach down to his knees to try and haul it in. Bryson came up, hit from behind, and it's incomplete, 4th and 17.
And I think he was reeling that in. Yeah, Bryson, I guess it was still bobbling around, but Bryson made sure. Good job there. And now we'll see if Shelly can get off a good punt here from their own 7. According to the scoreboard, the Braves still have 3 timeouts here, Duke, so a chance to still be in good shape here to maybe put a few more points on the board before half.
Here's a low punt. Going to be fielded by Neild on the bounce. Breaks the tackle at the 35, lunges ahead. Clock stopped at 1:13 to go. And Star Valley with great field position to try and put on a few more points here before halftime.
And they were on the move that last possession. Here's the Fall River Propane replay. You can see just how close that was, and a bit of a worm burner there. Scooped up by Neild, showing off the good hands. So the Braves kind of right back where they were before that lost fumble on the last possession. 1:13 to go in the half and 3 timeouts to use.
Smith McClure, empty backfield. Trips to his right, looks to his left. Waits, now throws deep. Has a man down there, and it's incomplete. Overthrew Andrew Daniel, who was working against Perkovich, and it's incomplete, no good.
It's pretty good. I think that was pretty good defense from Perkovich. Daniel was trying to get some separation. He couldn't quite do it.
So 2nd and 10, still 1:09 to go. Still good field position at the Shelly 34-yard line, and all 3 timeouts remaining for Coach Young. McClure will throw again. Looks to his right, draw play. Hands off to Martini, breaks a tackle. Defense falls Martini to the 20, has a blocker downfield to the 10, big cut 5, and tackled inside the 5-yard line. Huge block downfield, and then a big cut across the grain, and it's 1st and goal. And a timeout taken by Coach Young. Nope, no timeout. They'll just stop the clock to move the chains, rather. Offense will head on onto the field.
Look at Bryson Neal down there blocking for his teammate. That's fantastic. Look at number 3 coming to your screen right there. That's awesome. Sorry, Duke.
Clock is rolling at 46 seconds. No need for Coach Young to take a timeout because he's inside the 5. Has plenty of time to punch this in. Under center this time is going to be Smith McClure. And a big boy package. He'll fake it. Now go into the end zone. Up and caught for another touchdown. Bryson Neal. He gets rewarded for the downfield blocking with another touchdown reception. With 30 seconds to go before halftime, the Braves now lead at 33-0.
Second receiving touchdown of the game for Bryson Neal. And, man, he's so difficult to deal with. He's such a big, strong, athletic kid, and now as a senior, he has just been around. He's got a lot of tricks.
Christoph Bueller with the Carpets Plus color tile. Extra point attempt. Snap is perfect that time. The hold and kick is good. The Braves lead 34-zip, 30 seconds before halftime on SBI.
Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home is clearing stock with massive discounts. Right now, while supplies lasts, find select LVP and carpet 50% off. Battleson Brothers also has over 8,500 square feet of hardwood, normally $7.99 per square foot, but currently just $3.99. And choose select tile for just $1.99 per square foot. Come see the flooring professionals, located 1 block south of the Arch in Afton.
Price, quality, service, Battleson Brothers Flooring.
Bill Neeb, I operate Teton Truss. We build roofing trusses, floor trusses, wall panels, and affordable homes. My relationship with Bank of Star Valley is very personable. I can call down to Thane, we're on a first name basis. I think Bank of Star Valley also uses character as well as credit score when it comes to making decisions. My dad once told me, going into business, you need a personal relationship with your banker, and I get just that.
Live coverage of Braves football continues now on the SBI Sports Network.
Another pitch and catch from Smith McClure to Bryson Neal to the back corner of the end zone, and it's 34-0, 30 seconds before halftime. Here's the ensuing Christoph kickoff with Carpus Plus color tile. He'll drill this one into the end zone again and caught for a touchback. He's going to have more touchbacks this year than not, I think. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Shelly Russets on their own 20.
You know what it is? It's those compression band thingies on his leg. That's the secret.
Is that what it is?
It's not talent or work or anything. It's just those things. That's all it is. Get me some of those things. I can kick it in the end zone.
He's been an outstanding kicker for 2 years, now just a junior for Star Valley, and Bueller will have the Shelly offense at their own 20-yard line. See how aggressive Coach Bird here is.
Based on what's been going on, Duke, I wouldn't be surprised if this was the last play of the half.
He has 1 timeout remaining if he chooses to take it. 20 seconds remains and an 80-yard field in front of him. He's trailing 34-0 on the road against the back-to-back defending 3A champs in Wyoming. Empty backfield for quarterback McBride. Torrey will take the snap. He'll want to throw. Has time. Goes deep down the middle and almost picked off by Cooper Lancaster. He jumped the route. Dayton Schwab was there too. Cooper went up to get it, threw his hands, and down to the turf. Clock stops at 24.5.
And Cooper's probably going to be thinking about this one in bed tonight. He probably should have reeled that one in. Easy for me to say up here, but based on what we've seen him do, now starting his 3rd year of varsity sports, yeah, he probably brings that in the majority of the time.
Well, he could jump because he, to your point with Christoph, Cooper has the bands on his legs but not on his arms. See, if he had them on his arms, he catches that. He's got the wrist. The wrist
I'm
guard.
surprised this information isn't out on the team. I mean, if it's that important, you'd think they would know.
Come on, Coach Merritt, get your defense some armbands, will you?
It's like my nephew Chris that used to play for the Braves. They won it in 2015. We used to tease him he couldn't play unless he had his arm sleeve on.
Timeout taken by Shelly. Back in 60 on SBI.
Western is a fantastic option when it comes to higher education.
We're awarded consistent upper rankings year to year from entities such as University HQ, College Factual, and Intelligent.com. But don't just take their word for it. Listen to what our own students had to say about why they love Western.
The sense of community that this campus has.
Intramurals are always fun, in my opinion.
They like all of the instructors and the coursework.
The tuition is very affordable.
I have awesome teachers. They're personal and great.
There's always an adventure when you're here.
When we get a minute, Mont out to you. Welcome to Star Valley Station, home of Skyview Lanes, Salt River Cinemas, and Some Dude's Pizza. Get ready for an unforgettable experience where entertainment and deliciousness collide. Let the fun begin. After the Shelly timeout, McBride will throw. He's flushed out, now steps up, directs his offense, has a completion, broken tackle, and then a stick hit. Will keep it to an 11-yard gain and an injury on the field. Waite slow to get up after he had the completion, broke a tackle, and then got hit hard and dropped, and he's holding his right knee. And Chance Waite still down.
You've also got a Star Valley player down in the backfield. I thought that was 51, and Andrew Taylor. I thought that was 51, but he was rushing the passer, and then he kind of went down. I don't know if it was a contact thing. When I watched it in real time, Duke, I thought maybe he got poked in the eye or something because he really went down quick. I hope that's not what those red flags say it is. The trainer, Kelly's out there, and they're going to take a look. But, yeah, he went down pretty quickly once something happened. So both teams with some bad stuff going on.
Andrew is able to get up, and he's able to walk off the field under his own power, limping and not feeling great, but
that's
no assistance needed to get off on the other side. Still down for the Shelly Russets is Chance Waite, the team's leading running back. Ooh. He's going to need help off the field, and no weight on his right leg. He was holding his knee when he went down. He took a big hit.
It's the worst part of high school sports. We love high school sports, obviously. We all do. It's a huge deal, and we all love football, and unfortunately that's stuff that happens in high school football. We wish it didn't.
After it's all said and done, Waite does get the first down. 12 seconds, so now it rolls on the whistle. And McBride, no timeouts. Clock down at 6-5. This will be the last play of the half. McBride pump fakes, lost the ball, and he fumbles it, collects it off the bounce. Now he throws, hails it up in the air, jump ball, and through the hands of, it was Andrew Daniel, I believe, out there to knock it down.
Oh, man.
No, Martini almost had it. And you can see he just lost the ball, caught it on the bounce, threw it. Boy. And it's going to be an incompletion after all said and done. So a few things happening there at the half to close out the half, and teams go into the locker room 34-0. Star Valley up on top. It's your Star Valley Health halftime show. Before we go to break, let's get a studio update from Jake Hibbert and the Mountain Valley Mattress Company update here at our halftime coverage live on the SVI Sports Network. Welcome to Star Valley Station, home of Skyview Lanes, Salt River Cinemas, and Some Dude's Pizza. Get ready for an unforgettable experience where entertainment and deliciousness collide. Let the fun begin.
Was a time when I first got this AFib that I couldn't do anything at all. I run out of energy just walking across the floor. Dr. Gonzalez started some procedures and some medicines, and I feel pretty dang good, and I can go out and do things. When you need cardiologist services, you need them, and you need them right now.
These kinds of headaches can be literally incapacitating. They can change your quality of life. They can change your ability to work. They can change your ability to take care of your family.
I wasn't able to get up in the morning and get breakfast for my boys. As they went off to school, I wasn't able to help them. I had a hard time getting out to games, to plays, to activities that they were in. Dr. McClure has helped me get my life back, and I'm grateful for that because I can be so close to his office.
This is Braves football and the Star Valley Health Halftime Show on the SVI Sports Network.
Hey guys, how's it going? So as we take a look at our halftime break, we got a few scores to run through. Let's start off with Evanston and Ben Lomond. And as we had interception early, Bronson Sims gets picked off by the opposing quarterback here. But it doesn't matter. Evanston gets the ball back here. They go and get a turnover on downs, get it set up, 4th down, opt to go for it inside the 30. Wide open hole there for Jesse Page, who takes it down for the touchdown. Currently, it's halftime. Evanston leads it 7-0. Now we go to Powell and Riverton, where, yeah, it's still 0-0. This is the only play of consequence so far. Mikhail Foley got down to the 30 on a big game breaker late in the 3rd. However, that game still at 0. Still stuck at zeros, guy. Looking over at the 4A level, East and Laramie, 17-6. East on top of Laramie, and I mentioned earlier, Sheridan and South 66-0 at our one look-in. That's currently sitting at 77-0. Finally, 73-0, guys. Finally, we have a final, but no video, unfortunately, for either Jackson, that's at halftime right now, or for Lyman, but they did fall to Malad in a low-scoring game, 6-0. Some other scores around the state: Torrington trailing Gehring, Nebraska, 21-0, and at the 4A level, Rock Springs leading Central 23-6, East over Laramie now 23-6, and Campbell County over Kelly Walsh 13-0, and Thunder Basin, Natrona County, guys. That ranked matchup still tied. Back to you.
Whether it's staying in touch with family, entertaining the kids, or connecting with your favorite sports team, Silver Star helps unlock the moments you live for. Connect to what matters most without lag, buffering, or dropped connections. Visit silverstar.com and discover frustration-free Wi-Fi from Silver Star today.
Live coverage of Star Valley Sports on the SVI Sports Network is made possible by TerraPower, a nuclear innovation company. The right company, your local siding and gutter experts. Call Ready Mix, located north of Afton. Miles Beverage, proud to sponsor Star Valley Sports. Hillam Orthodontics, generations serving generations since 1966. And by Star Valley Glass and Lock, automotive, residential, and commercial glass.
Food insecurity is the foundation to everything. Every 2 weeks, the paychecks come in and the bills go out. After rent, water, power, fuel, and every other bill is paid, my account is generally under $20 until the next paycheck. This leaves very little to no money to stock the pantry with groceries for our family. But with the help from the Afton Food Pantry, I did not have to pick and choose between paying my bills or buying groceries. They lovingly opened their doors to my family and I when we needed it the most.
You know what I like about Caribou Ford? It's a quick drive. It's gorgeous, and I get what I want.
I take my Caribou Ford to the Oregon Trail golf course.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? I can check out inventory online before I go. Now that's service.
You know what I like about my Caribou Ford? Satisfaction.
We're Caribou Ford with top awards in the region for customer satisfaction because we're still keeping it simple in Soda Springs.
This is Braves football and the Star Valley Health Halftime Show on the SVI Sports Network.
Time coverage presented by Star Valley Health. Member Care is here to learn more about the new health benefit membership program. for Wyoming small businesses. Visit StarValleyHealth.org. That is StarValleyHealth.org. At the half, it's been all Braves 34-0. Star Valley on top over the visiting Shelly Russets in a 0-week matchup here at Braceville. Now let's see how the Braves and the Russets have matched up with the numbers. Presented by Battleston Brothers Battleston Brothers Flooring, Carpet One.
Looking at the Russets first, it's been a struggle offensively, just 66 total yards. Troy McBride, 7 of 17 for 48 yards through the air. 15 rushing attempts for just 18 yards for Shelly in that first half. A pair of turnovers certainly didn't help, as Bryson Neal and Dayton Schwab each picked off McBride, and so that was 2 interceptions that went against the Russets as well. Chance Waite with 5 receptions, 42 yards. He also had 6 carries for 11 yards. Those are both the highs. 4 carries and 21 yards for Kate Esplin. That's the high for rushing. Just a pair of penalties for 10 yards for the Russets, so a pretty clean first half that way. For the Braves, it was just chunk play after chunk play in a lot of different ways. Smith McClure going deep a lot in that first half. That kind of just reflected in his completion percentage, is 9 of 17. It's not bad, but not a high percentage either. But 213 passing yards on 9 completions. That's pretty good. Leading the way, Bryson Neal, 5 catches, 131 yards, and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Cooper Lancaster, 3 catches for 57 yards, and Dayton Schwab, 1 catch for 25 yards. The Braves really haven't handed the ball off much tonight, as you pointed out early in the game, and that kind of held true in the second quarter. Smith McClure, 3 rushes for 70 yards and a touchdown, but one of those was a 50-yard broken play for a touchdown. Otherwise, 2 rushes for Grant Thompson, 11 yards and a touchdown. 2 for Alaya Matautia for 7 yards. Riley Erickson had 1 rush for 6 yards and a touchdown. Wyatt Martini broke a big one. He finished the first half with 2 carries for 35 yards. Jaden Coons with 7 yards as well. The Braves 213 through the air, 136 on the ground, 307 total. Duke, that is not lost on me. This is a Wyoming team playing an Idaho squad. 307, of course, being the area code for Wyoming. There's a 307 sticker on the Braves helmet, and that's their first half yardage as they lead this one 34-0. That's a look at your halftime battle stats.
Presented by Battleston Brothers Carpet One, Floor and Home. Quality, price, and service located a block south of the Arch in Afton. That's Battleston Brothers Flooring. Let's get our inside scoop from longtime coach of Star Valley Braves football. That's Coach Winston Patterson. Now watching the game on SBI. And Coach, you go into the locker room at this point with a big lead. Your defense has shut out the Russets. Your offense has put up 34. What's the message from Coach Young in the locker room right now?
You know, it's Cowboy night in the student section, and I think Coach Young looked over at Shelly and said, Doc Holliday fashion, I'll be your Huckleberry. He's slinging that ball all over the place. He gets down in the red zone. He's pounding it home hard with the run game. I think his playbook's wide open at this point. I think he's going to look at keeping kids healthy. He's going to come out, keeping it real basic, getting some of these young kids some varsity experience for next week and for the future.
You know, Coach, that was my next question for you. When you have a team as deep as Star Valley, you're always looking for opportunities to get playing time for all the players, right? So as a coaching staff in previous years, at what point do you start pulling out starters in a game like this?
Well, he's going to come out and he's going to probably go a series or 2, maybe 3 series on offense, a couple series on defense. And then if he still has the momentum, he'll start shuffling kids out here pretty quickly, maybe the mid to end of the third quarter, I'd guess.
Winston Patterson joining us on our halftime coverage. Coach, appreciate your insight. Thank you very much. Keep that beard sharp and trimmed, my friend.
Thanks, Duke.
That's Coach Winston Patterson with our halftime insight, longtime coach of Star Valley Braves athletics. And we do have some insight from Coach Young down on the sideline, our Miles CPA sideline report. Millie Kazare down on the sideline had a chance to catch up with Coach Young heading into the locker room. Millie, what did Coach Young have to say?
Coach Young said he was very impressed with how the first half went. Everyone did great, seems comfortable with where they're at, and he's excited for the second half. It's good to be back in the game, he said. Back to you, Duke.
Thank you, Millie Kazare, with our Miles CPA sideline report. Miles CPA in Afton and in Alpine. Find them on 885-0055. That's 885-0055. Now let's do some trivia here at our half. We have a new halftime trivia sponsor, Star of 89. Follow them on social media for the weekly Froyo flavors at Swirl. And stay tuned for their Soups of the Week, returning very soon as well.
Not yet, dang it.
Not yet, but coming soon. First person to answer correctly on our halftime trivia wins a gift certificate from Swirl in Afton.
Well, our question tonight, Star Valley football established in 1928 by C. Newell Peterson. The team went 1-4 in that first season. Who was their win against? 307-203-4637. Again, that's our trivia from Star of 89. And I'm actually just going to let you know I am accepting one alternative answer here.
Interesting.
So
all right.
If someone says the right alternative word, I will give it to them. But who did the Braves beat? Actually, they weren't even the Braves. In 1928, they were the Star Valley Athletic Club. Who won that? Who did they beat in that game?
All the way back to 1928, 307-203-4637. First correct answer wins that $10 gift certificate at Star of 89 in Afton. It's your Star Valley Health Halftime Show back in 2 minutes on the SBI Sports Network.
At Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine, it's not only about mining phosphate for production of crop nutrients that support western U.S. farmers and ranchers. It's about supporting our employees, neighbors, and local communities and their families. From providing quality competitive jobs to being an active partner in our local communities. Simplot Smoky Canyon Mine. Passion for people and supporting local families by bringing Earth's resources to life.
Have you heard how you can earn some extra cash from Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union? Bring us any new or refinanced auto, ATV, or RV loan, and we will give you 1% back in cash. Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, OAC, member NCUA.
September is Hunger Action Month. Can you be part of the solution by volunteering, donating, or advocating for those food insecure individuals in your community? Come join us at the pantry. Find out all the ways that you can help those families facing hunger in our community.
Hey Braves fans, now you can follow your favorite players during the game with a complete Star Valley football roster online, including player pictures and bios. Scan the code on your screen or visit sbinews.com/football roster.
What are you doing?
I'm teaching customers the power of patience to reduce stress while they wait to talk to somebody about their vehicle issues.
I don't know, man. Sitting like this is stressing my legs out.
He doesn't have to wait. He made an appointment online. When his car is ready, we'll give him a call.
Now that sounds less stressful.
Another satisfied customer.
No stress with Point S.
This is Braves football and the Star Valley Health Halftime Show on the SBI Sports Network.
Star Valley Health halftime coverage on the SBI Sports Network. 2.5 to go in the half with Star Valley up 34-0 over the visiting Shelly Russet. 0 week football for Star Valley, and we'll see how the second half of play goes. Before we do that, Dow, let's take a look at the keys to the game and see how Star Valley's done with courtesy of Assist to Sell.
Well, key number one was limit big mistakes. Other than the lost fumble, I think the Braves done a pretty good job there. They did have a penalty that almost cost them some points, but they were able to get around that. Key number two was yak on the field. No, not like that. Yards after catch. The Braves have done pretty well with that in this first half as well, getting some yardage after catch. Spread it around. That really wasn't in question. Coach Young's always going to do that, especially in a game one situation. I'm probably going to have to add some rows to my sheet today and then put some pressure on the Shelly quarterback, Troy McBride. The Braves have done that as well. A couple of big quarterback sacks, and they've generally made him feel kind of uncomfortable back there. They've also picked him off twice. So far, so good for the Braves on their keys to the game, brought to you by Assist to Sell.
Local agents Ashley Cranny and Mandy Jack have the keys to your next home. Visit them at assisttosellstarvalley.com. That's assist, the number 2, sell, starvalley.com. PregamatePreps.com. Braves up 34-0. Now let's see if we have a winner of that halftime trivia question and that $10 gift certificate to Star of 89.
Well, the question was Star Valley football established in 1928. The team went 1-4 in that first season. Who was their win against? The answer is Paris, Idaho. I also would have accepted Fielding High School. That was the alternative answer. That was back in 1928. The Star Valley Athletic Club won that game 13-0.
Dal, I cannot believe it. We have a winner.
Awesome.
We do. We had a Montpelier answer earlier. They were close but no good, but just at the last moment, a Paris, Idaho answer. And that person just won a $10 gift certificate, courtesy of Star of 89 in Afton. Phone number ends in 9850. 9850. If you said Paris, Idaho, you won that certificate. You can swing by SVI Media in Afton next week. We'll have that for you next week. Phone number ends in 9850. That's going to do it for the Star Valley Health Halftime Show. Advanced, local, and personalized. Visit starvalleyhealth.org. Braves won the opening coin toss. They elected to defer to the second half, and so they have chosen to field the football. And Shelly, for the first time tonight, will kick off to the Braves. And it's going to be Bryson Neild and Cooper Lancaster back to return with their heels on the goal line.
Well, we were wondering, you asked Coach Patterson about maybe some of these guys not playing in the second half. That answers that, at least for right now. Cooper and Bryson back to return this kick.
You mentioned likely going to see starters in for at least a couple more series in the second half. We'll see how things roll. A short kick fielded by Neild on the run. Jukes to the 20, 25, and brought down shy of the 30. A decent return for Bryson Neild, who's having a great start to the game on a senior campaign for him. 1st and 10 from the 29.
He's making it look easy out there. Coverage provided there by the Russets by number 80, Ethan Christensen. And the Braves start this second half with this big lead. We'll see what the offense opts to do here. In that first half, nobody had more than 3 carries, and that was quarterback Smith McClure. So that may change here in this second half.
Star Valley going to go bunch offense here. McClure under center. 2 tight ends to his right side, but 1 receiver flanked wide to the left. Going to be a fullback handoff, and dragging the tacklers all the way across the 35 and near the 37 is Mautautia. And he's going to get about 4 yards on a jersey tug run. 4 extra yards after contact, and we'll set up 2nd and 8.
Well, he's listed at like 6'2", about 215 pounds, and he looks every bit of that. And in his little bio, he loves to play rugby, so that's kind of why he's getting the chance to carry the ball a few times here.
Lancaster flanked wide to the left, 2 receivers to the right, empty backfield for Smith McClure. He's going to hand off on the end around to Morgan, I believe. Then number 14. And yes, it is Hayden Morgan on the carry. He can't get the corner, though. It's going to be a gain of about half a yard, set up 3rd down and 1.
I'll give you 1, Hayden. Mine are unofficial anyway.
Spot the ball at the Star Valley 38-yard line, just over a minute into the second half. Braves leading at 34-0.
Braves 1 of 3 on 3rd down in that first half.
McClure under center. The big backfield behind him. He'll pitch to the tailback. 1st down on the carry. Ball is loose, knocked out, and recovered by Riker Harris. He ripped it out of the hands. He forced and recovered the fumble. Big play for the Shelly defense, and Riker Harris making another big play. 1st and 10 for the Russets, back the other way.
So the Braves got the yardage that they wanted, just couldn't hang on to the football. And as you said, Riker Harris right there to fall on. That's the 2nd recovered fumble by the Russets tonight.
Shelly with great field position now on their opening possession of the second half, and they really need some points. Up trailing Star Valley 34-0, 10:35 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well, when you're coming out of the locker room, Duke, you just need something positive, something to spark your team, and there you get it right there.
The Braves 4-4 defense will line up against this Shelly Russet offense, and the Russets go big man formation with 3 in the backfield, all in the I formation.
This is what I thought we were going to see tonight.
And a hard count gets the Braves off sides. And just like that, it's a penalty on Star Valley. And 5 free ones for the Russets puts them inside the Braves 35.
And I'm not trying to say that that's all I thought the Russets were going to do tonight. I know that they're very effective in that formation, and they've got some great playmakers. They got some big guys playing fullback and some great running backs. I'm expecting to see that a bit.
Same formation for McBride in the offense. 2 fullbacks and a tailback. All lined up in a double tight end set. Hand off to the fullback, bounces outside, break arm or stiff arm, and then the Cavalry comes in and helps. Tackle is made, but not until it's a gain of 6 and a first down for Shelly to put them inside the 30-yard line.
That was Conley Bennett, and he was someone that was pointed out by Jake Hibbard in that little special he did as the fullback. Kind of reminds me back a few years back, Josh Dawson was the leading fullback, 2018, I think, or 2017. And a lot of times they would just hand him the ball without a lot of run up to it, and he would still make things happen. That's what Conley Bennett did right there.
Same formation for the Russets. Again, they go all bunched up together. Hand off to the fullback again, and he'll spin across the line of scrimmage to get inside the 25. That will be a gain of 4 for Shelly. And in this formation, they're getting a little bit of momentum against the Braves defense.
Well, it's a little bit different. You're used to coming off that edge and getting some pressure and maybe using some speed sideline to sideline. This right here, it's a quick handoff to a big, powerful dude, and the Braves haven't necessarily had to butt heads with him yet so far this game.
Gain of 4, second down and 6 from inside the 25, down to the 24. Clock ticks down to 9:20 to go in the third quarter of play. This time, split backs in the fullback position, but a flag will blow the play dead at the snap of the football, and it will be offsides on the defense is what the official will signal. So they'll run the play but wave it off, and another defensive penalty on Star Valley for 5 yards turns a 2nd and 6 into a 2nd down and 1.
That's the second offside penalty on this drive. The Braves 4 penalties totaling 35 yards in the game. Totaling 40 yards in the game. And 2nd and 1 here. We'll see if the Russets open up their playbook a little bit.
Second time Shelly's gotten inside the red zone. They're at the 19-yard line. Last time, Dayton Schwab picked off the pass inside the end zone. Now from the red zone, Russets, long snap count. They flank out, and a quarterback sneak right up the middle will be enough for a first down.
And Duke, that was a different quarterback. That was Bracken Draper, who came in there, kind of like how the Braves used Tristan Hilton last year in short yardage. Bracken Draper just lined up right under center, and they just pushed forward for a gain of 3 or 4 yards.
Pushes the ball inside the 20, further inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. 1st and 10 for Shelly. 8:40 to go in the third quarter with Star Valley still on top, 34-0.
This is Draper again.
Yeah.
He's going to come up right under center.
One man in the backfield. That's Blackner. Now the wideouts come in and bunch up things with 2 fullbacks. Long snap count. Draper hands off to Blackner. He goes up the middle with some lead blocking. Gets inside the 15. Is brought down for a 4-yard gain. 2nd down for Shelly now at the Star Valley 14.
You know, this kind of reminds me of that they used to refer to it as the sniffer offense. It's just you got a big center, number 79, Kyler Adams. He's a big giant center. Then you got a big strong quarterback, and then you're lining up a fullback, a blocker before you get to the running back. It's basically like a big russet train here. They're hauling taters.
2nd down and 6 to go inside the red zone. Ball spotted on the Star Valley 14. This time the fullbacks flank out wide. Long snap count again. Braves hold, and now they rush. Going to throw into the end zone. Up and intercepted again. Grant Thompson is on the 10, running to the 20, up the sideline 30, and tackled by the quarterback at the 40-yard line. Grant Thompson picks it off out of the air from his linebacker spot. There is a flag on the play. It was after the interception when the flag flew, but the second red zone interception by the Braves defense.
And don't think for a minute Grant's not going to come back to the sideline and say, I know I lost the fumble, but does this mean I don't have to run?
As it stands, the ball is spotted on the 40-yard line. The flag is back on the 25-yard line. And it is going to be Star Valley football. It's a personal foul on the Braves, but it will be after the interception. So the Foul will be marked off after the return, with the penalty yardage coming from the 25 and going back from there.
That'll be the 5th penalty on the Braves tonight, 55 yards. That's their second either personal foul or unsportsmanlike, and the staff will certainly have a talk about that. But Grant Thompson, the Braves have picked off the Russet passing attack once in each quarter so far. Bryson Neal in the first, Dayton Schwab in the second, and now it was Grant Thompson in the third.
And 2 of those, Schwab and Thompson inside the red zone. And they keep the goose egg on the board for the Shelly offense. 34-0. Star Valley on top, back with the ball. 7:17 to go in the third quarter. This time, McClure throws to the flat, caught by Schwab. Dayton has a blocker and tackled across the 20-yard line. He'll get pretty good yards on first down to make it about an 8-yard catch and run. 2nd and 2.
And that goose egg you were referring to, I know makes defensive coordinator Kelly Merritt all warm and fuzzy on the sideline. I don't think there's anything he likes better than seeing a 0 on the opponent's scoreboard.
Smith McClure will have an empty backfield, talking to his 2 receivers over on the left side. He'll have 3 receivers to his right. No tight ends. McClure steps up in the pocket, throws across his body, caught by Schwab, back to Dayton. That's good enough for a first down from the Wyoming Army National Guard, and Dayton Schwab tackled at the 35-yard line.
14 more there for Dayton, and I'll tell you what, had Riker Harris, I believe, not brought him down, I think Dayton would have scored. That was a nice tackle.
Dayton, our mic'd up player tonight. McClure again throws. This time it's to the left side to Roman Erickson. He's up the sideline and tackled near the 45 for a gain of about 8 more yards.
Welcome to the varsity. Roman Erickson, a sophomore, but he's one of those guys that keeps making plays, as I'm told, and you're going to hear his name quite a bit.
Braves go no huddle, and a timeout taken by Shelly to collect their thoughts here. No timeout by Shelly. It's an official timeout to get the chains set. Braves were going faster than the chains, and it's 34-0. Clock now rolling, and the Braves go back to the line of scrimmage. Trips to the right side, 2 to the left. McClure in the empty backfield. Braves quickly down the field at their own 45. Pump fakes, flushed out of the pocket, deep downfield, and will throw it away. In the area was Andrew Daniel, and it will be an incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 from the 45.
And that's a good decision from Smith McClure. Good pressure in the backfield there from Tanner Lunt. Number 15. Right now, I've got Smith McClure 12 of 21, 245 yards passing. And he is thrown for 2 touchdowns and a run for another.
Quick Battleson Brothers Flooring battle stat check. 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. Running in to the game to play fullback for the Braves.
Kyan Watson.
Kyan will line up at fullback. Man in motion is Schwab. Hand off to the tailback, Thompson. He is hit by the second level of the defense, driven back. Kyle, he will get, Grant, sorry.
It was Jaden Coons.
Oh, Coons. Didn't get any of them. Gain of about 3 for Jaden.
And Alejandro Nunez said, "You're not going to get past me." That was a good tackle from Nunez.
Now Grant Thompson in at tailback with a 3rd and 7 to go from their own 48 for the Braves offense. 5:24 to go in the third quarter. 2 receivers on either side. McClure looks left. Short pass caught. Yards after catch will be a first down and more. Breaks a tackle and he's going down. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown again for guess who? Bryson Neal. Another one on the night. That one from 52 yards away. 50 of those yards coming yards after catch. It's 40-0. Braves extend the lead after another one. McClure to Neal.
Bryson Neal, I've got him now 6 catches, 183 yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, and he has looked like he's just having fun out there.
5:08 to go in the third quarter. Braves strike again. The Carpets Plus color tile extra point from Bueller is good. 41-zip Braves on the SBI Sports Network.
If you feel a burning in the back of your heel or lower calf that worsens with activity, you may have Achilles tendonitis. This often occurs as the result of repeated movements of certain sports, such as running, tennis, or basketball. Dr. Andrew McCall at Alpine Foot and Ankle is your local expert for Achilles tendonitis treatments and many more foot and ankle problems. To learn more and to schedule a consultation, visit alpinefootandankle.com. That's alpinefoothandankle.com.
The winter sledding season will be here before you know it. Make sure you're ready for the best winter yet by making your reservations at Kodiak Mountain Resort in Afton, Wyoming. The resort is located just minutes away from some of the best backcountry sledding in the Rocky Mountains, regardless of experience. And with plenty of trailer parking and a large complimentary breakfast, there is no place better to stay while you enjoy the Wyoming winter. Book your stay today by visiting KodiakMountainResort.com.
Here's Duke Dance, Al Erickson, and the SVI Sports Crew with more live coverage of Braves football.
Another touchdown through the air for the Braves. They extend the lead to 41-0. There was a penalty on the extra point. It was a roughing the kicker call against the Shelly Russets. Ran into Bueller, and so that 15-yarder will be assessed on the kickoff. So Bueller will be given 15 yards that he does not need, and he might be aiming for the scoreboard here.
There is talk about a different scoreboard. Yeah. Christoph might be like, oh, I'm going to hit this thing.
He's going to speed up the new scoreboard process, maybe. So the Carpus Plus Color Towel Christoph kickoff after the penalty was assessed, kicking off from the Shelly 45-yard line. And he will boot it. Didn't get the full leg into it, but it's still a touchback. And it will be another touchback for Bueller. 1st and 10 for the Shelly Russets. They trail Star Valley now 41-0 with 5:08 to go in the third quarter.
Heck of a game so far for.
Let's go to Jake Hibbert for a quick game break update. Update from Powell. Jake.
Hey, thanks so much, guys. Well, yeah, it's a big one from Powell. This is 1 second on the clock, and Powell has it down 7-0. Pitch out right side to Caden Nelson at the pylon. Is he in? No. First win for Riverton since 2015 over Powell. 7-0, guys. Back to you.
Wow, we were watching Powell as a possible dark horse. Riverton, new coach, new program for the Wolverines. Thanks for the update from Jake Hibbert with the Mountain Valley Mattress Company studio update.
Well, Coach,
run out to the right side for Shelly. They'll get 4 yards.
Coach Leonard, it's his second year there in Riverton, and they actually won the East last year. People will maybe kind of forget that, but sounds like or looks like they continue to improve. The flip side of that is it's week 0. We'll see what happens later on, but that's a quality win for the Riverton Wolverines, absolutely.
4:30 and counting remaining in this third quarter. Shelly Russet offense looking for something here. McBride sends a man in motion. Esplin hands off to his tailback, but swallowed up. No, he snuck out of it. Blackner spun away from the tackle and gets almost 10 yards, really close to a first down. Up to about the 30-yard line, and they'll mark him just shy. That looks like they might actually measure. No, we got an injured Brave on the play, so it will be 3rd and inches, but a Star Valley player slow to get up.
And I see a 0. I believe that is Elia Matautea.
Looks like some cramps. He's getting some help stretching from his teammates.
You find out who your real friends are in this situation here.
Yeah,
big country's
his friend.
Big country's like, yeah, I know how these are. I got you.
Clock is stopped here at 4:09 for the timeout break. It's going to be 3rd and inches after the nice run from Dawson Blackner. Looked like he was going to be stopped for a gain of 2, maybe 3, but he spun out of the pile and picked up an extra handful.
You know, this is a pride-filled program, this Shelly Russet team. I saw the freshman game before this one. They have won a lot of games and championships based on power running and second effort and playing with a lot of pride, and you saw that right there on that carry from Esplin. Or Blackner, excuse me.
Montatuia still down. And athletic trainers out there with him. Clock is stopped at 4:09.
Here's this last play from Neal, and as you mentioned, it's a 53-yard touchdown pass, and Bryson did about 51 of those yards. That was a heck of a run there from Bryson, but look at the blocking downfield. Great job there from, I believe that's Garrett Carlson, 74, and some other teammates there. These guys have been there and done that, Duke, and that's They want to win. And, in years past when you say, they're repeating, they're trying to win again, sometimes it's like, well, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to focus on one game at a time. You hear all that all the time. Coach Young said, you know what, we're going to bring it up and we're going to say this is our expectation and don't get complacent or you're not going to do it. And he brings up that game in 2018 all the time. The Braves were undefeated. They looked like they were world beaters and then lost here on this field in the semifinals to Cody. And that is a game I don't think he'll ever not think about. And this looks a little more serious than just a cramp, Duke. I don't like this.
Yeah, Montatia is being helped off the field.
Man.
He is not able to walk off under his own power, so he's getting some help.
Didn't mean to make light of that. I guess I said I thought it was just something like that. Hopefully he's okay.
So he will come out, and it will be 3rd and less than 1 for the Russets on offense. 4:09 to go as we resume play. Ball spotted on their own 29-yard line. Big formation again. Hand off to the fullback up front, and he will have a first down, but not much more. Tackled across the 30-yard line to about the 31.
And I believe that is the first 3rd down conversion of the night for the Russets. Conley Bennett got that across. And Coulter Martinson in there on that stop. Good tackle from Coulter.
New set of downs for Shelly. 1st and 10 now from their own 31-yard line. 3:50 to go and counting in this 3rd quarter. Braves leading it 41-0. Shelly's been in the red zone a few times, but thrown interceptions both times. Here's a pitch outside to Blackner. He cannot get the edge. Tackled inbounds after a gain of 1 or 2.
Big old pile there on the sideline. It's not a lot of room. And in on that stop was, again, Coulter Martinson.
2nd and 8. Clock down to 3:18 to go in this 3rd quarter. Spot the ball up to the 33-yard line. Shelly breaks their huddle. Torrey McBride in the pistol set this time. Sends Blackner to his left hip. Calls for the ball and looks to throw. Fires quickly to the right and miscommunication. Pass was well short of Zach Trosper and hits the turf and incomplete. Stops the clock at 2:54 to go in the 3rd, and it's 3rd down and 8 for the Russets.
So, Duke, I picked this up, this little tidbit from one of the newspapers in Idaho. Zach Trosper had a big game last week against Preston, and I sent that to you. I'm like, hey, this is a kid we're going to have to be aware of this week. And it was interesting looking at this. He had 3 catches last week, but today, no catches.
Couldn't connect on that one. 2:54 to go in the 3rd. 8 yards to convert for Shelly from their own 33. To throw. Caught. Running. First down across the 40 and tackled near the 44-yard line. That will be a first down for the Russets to move the chains and keep the offense on the field. 2:48 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And that was Aaron Jensen, number 82, who reeled that in. That's his first catch of the night.
Spot the ball on the 45-yard line.
We're going to say about 11 yards there.
Man across the formation. Hand off to Blackner. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Does get forward progress for a gain of 1 is all.
I believe Roman Erickson in on that one. 11.
2nd down and 9.
Roman, he's the last of a football playing family. His older brothers, Hazen and Peyton, state champs in their own right. His dad, Scott, otherwise known as Fridge, won a couple in high school as well. He wants one of his own.
2nd and 10. Draper still the quarterback for the Russets. Man across the formation. Draper spins, quarterback keeper, gets through the hole, and it weaves his way for a first down. Looked like the Braves might have him bottled, but he found the seam at inside Braves territory to move the chains.
And that's across midfield now into Star Valley territory. And Blackner's come in, kind of that more physical change of pace. He's been more kind of carrying the football. He did throw a pick in that 3rd quarter, but I don't know if you're going to see that again or if the rest is just going to stick to the ground game here.
Nearing the end of the 3rd quarter of play, 1:30 to go. Star Valley leading at 41-0. Shelly trying to get their first points of the game.
I don't know if that was a busted play or just a really sneaky one. It was a nice gainer, though.
Bennett in the pistol. Sends Blackner to the left. The throw under pressure, pitch, catch, and hardly any gain on the play. It was a completion, but there quickly to shut it down was Hayden Morgan.
And the pressure from Roman Erickson, number 11. Blackner had to get rid of that pretty quick.
Just a 1-yard gain on the reception. Second down and 9. The ball moved up to the Star Valley 43-yard line. The clock ticks down to under 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Again, Braves leading at 41-0. 3 interceptions for the Braves on defense. Forcing a number of punts as well. But Shelly has something going here. Now looking at a 2nd and 9 with 30 seconds to play before the end of the third. Here's a turn, hand off to the fullback up the middle, and the Braves were ready for that one. Pushing backwards, forward progress for a gain of 1 up to the 42-yard line. 15 seconds to go. We'll see if Shelly gets off a play. Doesn't look like they're going to hustle, and that will likely take us to the end of the third quarter, and it will. After 3, Star Valley on top, but the Russets trying to drive. They're looking at a 3rd and 8 when we come back. Napa Auto Parts fourth quarter next, live on the SBI Sports Network.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician.
I'm a mentor. And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
Hi, I'm Elise, and I've been dancing since I was 3, and I love it. I used to get nervous going places by myself, but I don't get worried anymore. Dance has helped me be brave and confident, and I am even on Desi's dance performing team now. I love being with my friends, and I love my teachers.
To learn more about how you or your child could not only develop their dance skills, but also develop as a person, visit desisdance.com. Youth and adult classes are available. That's desisdance.com.
Fourth quarter coverage of Star Valley football is presented by Napa Auto Parts in Afton and in Thane.
Quick pass for the Russets out to the left side. Able to connect for a short gain on the perimeter to Remington. Let's send it out to a game break. Another update from Jake Hibbert on what's happening in that Evanston game. Jake, what do you got?
Yeah, so Evanston gets one more in on a Bronson Sims 1-yarder to make it 14-0. And then here we go. Braden Wallace with a 13-yarder right up the gut. 21-0 Evanston over Ben Lomond. Back to you.
Thank you, Jake, from the Mountain Valley Mattress Company studio. That's a game break update. 4th down here for Shelly. They're going to go for it. 4th and 4 from the Star Valley 38 to throw. Stepping up, airing down the field into traffic and tipped and intercepted by the Braves. Back to the 20, working down to the 30. Block up the sideline, 40, 50, up to the 40, and finally ridden out of bounds. A big interception for Star Valley.
It's Cam Mickelson, number 25.
Tipped into the air. Mickelson comes down with it. He's going to get a flag for excessive celebration. He was pretty hyped after getting that interception. But a big return for him. Actually, 2 flags on the play. Now it looks like they're the same. They'll pick one up. That's the 4th interception for the Star Valley defense. And that would end a promising drive again for Shelly with 11:09 to go in the fourth quarter.
That's 1 in each quarter, Duke. You don't often see it work out that way.
So the flag will negate part of the return. Ball was tipped up into the air right into the arms of Cam Mickelson.
It's a nice job, him bringing that in. Am I getting the number? It's 25, is that correct?
Yeah, Mickelson, one of the 158 seniors on this squad this year. That's what it feels like for Star Valley.
Well, I remember Coach Linford used to say you had to have the number, it's either 20 or 25 seniors. I want to say 25, but it might have been 20. You got to have that many seniors to win a state championship. Well, like you said, the Braves got 100 and something.
It's over 20.
Well, I think there's over 120 in the program. So, I mean, it's
freshman to senior, yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody wants to be part of it. You can see why.
4 interceptions on the Braves defense. That keeps the shutout alive here against Shelly with 11:09 to go. The penalty pushes the ball all the way back to the Star Valley 42-yard line. Misdirection play. Hand off to the outside across midfield and running down to the 44-yard line.
It's Tayson Tittenser.
His first carry of the game for Tayson. And it will be 1st and 10 now inside Russet territory at the 46.
About 12 yards there for Tayson. There's another kid that called his name quite a bit in the levels leading up here to the varsity, and he's done a great job.
Smith McClure remains in at quarterback. He'll have Riley Erickson, his tailback in the I formation. Little miscommunication. Looks like McClure saying he's missing a player. Subbing in as Gunnar Brogue. He'll come in and play wide out left. Riley again, the tailback. He has a touchdown on the game.
Yeah. Jaden Coons is his blocker.
Turn. Hand off, Riley with the carry, up the left side, hit, driven back. Forward progress will give him about 3, maybe 4 yards inside the 45-yard line down to the 42. Clock rolls down to 10:18 to go in the Napa Auto Parts fourth quarter.
Riley with his second carry of the night. His first carry was for a touchdown. So 2 carries, 10 yards, and a score tonight. And he's been very involved in defense as well from his linebacker position. We've called his name several times.
Wyatt Martini back into the game at tailback. Also, Tayson Stoker subs in. He's to the left side, bottom of your screen, number 26. Here's a handoff to Martini. Has blockers ahead of him, breaks a few tackles, and Martini inside the 35. Keeps the pile moving down to the 33. And a first down from Wyatt Martini. That's going to be a Wyoming Army National Guard first down for the Braves.
Wyatt's had some nice carries, including one over 30 yards. He's now got 3 carries, 44 yards tonight. He's actually the Braves' second leading rusher tonight behind Smith McClure.
Ball down to the Shelly 33-yard line. Again, Smith McClure still in at quarterback. Martini mains the tailback. 3 bunched receivers stacked over to the right side. Fake the pitch. McClure will run, outruns the defense, and then smartly slides down close to the sticks. It's going to be a 9-yard gain, and good job from Smith to avoid that hit from the defense coming down on him. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, just my opinion. I don't think Smith was wanting to do that. I think he wanted to pitch it, but Tanner Lunt was right there saying, go ahead and pitch it. I'll take it back for 6. And so Smith did what he could and ends up getting 9 yards, and as you mentioned, very smart, sliding down, and that's the right play to make.
Dylan Hershey and Jaden Coons in the backfield for the Braves. Hershey will get the carry. Off the split back. Big blocks in front of him. Up the sideline, down inside the 15-yard line. And Hershey will move the chains with a nice pickup. And it will be inside the Riverside Dental Crimson Zone for Star Valley down to the 13-yard line.
Man. 11 yards for Dylan Hershey. Pretty sure that's his first varsity carry, so pretty cool night for these guys.
Hershey remains the split back to the right. Jaden Coons to the left as McClure is under center. 1 receiver flanked wide to his right. Hard count for McClure. Hands off to Hershey again. This time he's bottled up and wrapped up. He'll get maybe 1 on the carry that time for Hershey down to the 12-yard line. 8:33 remains in the Napa Auto Parts fourth quarter. Braves up 41-zip. Jason Tittenser subs back into the game. And he'll line up as the tailback.
That was Kyan Watson, that carry. This is where Coach Young's keeping us on our toes here.
Gunnar Brogue flanks out wide right. Tittenser the tailback. Hand off to Tatum. Bounces outside. Has some green grass. Oh, but the linebacker caught him. Does get some positive yards near the 10 with forward progress. Looked like Taysom might break that one as he bounced outside, but couldn't quite get there. 3rd and 8 for the Braves. Spot him at the 11. Still inside the Riverside Dental Crimson Zone.
The Braves tonight, 22 rushes, 198 yards. It's a pretty healthy average.
Jaden Coons and Kyan Watson. Ryan Watson. Yep, Kyan in the backfield. Turn. Hand off again. Coons puts his shoulder down but can't get to the 10. Big collision. But it will bring up a 4th down for the Braves. No gain on the carry. And it looks like Kristoff will come out for his first field goal attempt tonight.
It's a good job by Deegan Jones of Shelly to stand his ground there and not let Jaden get past him.
It's going to be a 28-yard field goal attempt for Kristoff Bueller.
He might dent one of the buses from here.
So this is well within his range. It will be from the left side hash. And a Carpus Plus color tile field goal attempt for Kristoff. Good snap, good hold. Kick is a little low for a Kristoff standard, but still halfway up the uprights and split up good. And the Braves lead at 44-0, 6:42 to go in the game on SBI.
Right.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Who's this?
Let's stress with Stress Reducer. Now, how do we make tire shopping more stress-free for the customer? Maybe we give him a massage?
I don't think he wants that.
I don't want that.
Maybe we try.
Maybe we don't.
Maybe we stick with our industry-leading warranties.
Fine. I guess you guys already know how to make everything stress-free around here.
I mean, it is kind of our thing.
No stress with Point S.
Assist to Sell, the Realty team knows that buying and selling in our current market is expensive. Their full service assistance will save you thousands on your next real estate transaction. Call Mandy Jack or Ashley Cranny today to find out how.
Avail Valley Construction is hiring and a great place for high school seniors to enter the workforce after graduation. Multiple positions are open with competitive pay right out of high school. To learn more about a rewarding career for those of any age, visit availvalley.com.
It's time for some Napa know-how. Fourth quarter coverage on the SVI Sports Network is provided by Napa Auto Parts in Afton and Thane.
Braves drive after an interception results in a 28-yard field goal for Kristoff Bueller to make it 44-0. Here's the ensuing Kristoff kickoff. It'll be left short off the bounce, fielded by the up back at the 25 up to the 30 and dropped at the 35-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Shelly Russets with 6:37 to go in the Napa Auto Parts fourth quarter.
And as you mentioned, Duke, obviously not a distance issue for Kristoff on that kick, but you just never know when you need to be able to get out there and execute and kick a field goal. We saw that last year when the Powell Panthers came into Afton and gave the Braves a great game, and Star Valley moved the ball down the field, a couple big plays, and then Kristoff won the game on a field goal. So just those types of situations in a game moment can really pay off later on.
Bracken Draper remains the quarterback for the Russets. The junior will be in the pistol set. He'll have 6:37 to go in the game as Shelly tries to get the goose egg off the board here late. Braves up 44-0. Here's a quick pitch and catch, but hit immediately. No yards after catch. The defense will keep that to a 3, maybe 4-yard gain.
That was Kyan Watson, who latched on to Aaron Jensen and would not let him get away. That was a good tackle from Kyan.
Give him 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 with the ball up to the Star Valley 39-yard line. Clock continues to roll down to 6:08 to go in the game. Silver Star postgame coverage coming up and on the way. We'll have a complete highlights from around the state with Jake Hibbard. He'll have the update. We'll have your player stats, your player of the game, and also Millie Kazare down on the sideline with Coach McKay Young and a player or two, or who knows, sometimes we get 5 or 6. But for now, it's 2nd and 6 for Shelly. Rolling to his left. Throws, tipped, and knocked away, threw it into coverage, and the Braves will tip that one loose and incomplete.
Roman Erickson knocking that down. Good defensive play. Here you can see on the Fall River Propane replay the pressure from Tittenser, and then Roman in there to help break up the intended pass.
5:40 to go in this game, and Shelly looking at a 3rd and 6 from their own 39-yard line.
Russets 1 of 7 tonight on 3rd down, 14%. They'd like to keep this one rolling here, obviously.
Once again, Draper in the shotgun. Calls for the ball, rolls to his left, throws with his right, caught, hit, and dropped shy of the 1st down. Will be just a 1 or 2 yard gain. Tackled inbounds. Clock continues to roll. 4th and 5 for Shelly from their own 40-yard line.
That was not an easy pass to get off for Bracken Draper. He's rolling out to his left, has to kind of turn back and twist and zip that thing. And I know he only got a yard, but that's not easy.
Shelly offense, of course, will stay on the field. At this point in the game, just 5 minutes left. They're trailing 44-0, trying to keep the offense out there to convert on 4th down. Bracken Draper, shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, has the ball, drop back under pressure, throws on his back foot, intercepted again by the Braves, running it back to the 40 and tackled near the 35-yard line.
Coulter Martinson with the INT. And that is the 5th interception of the night for the Star Valley defense. Hard to win a game doing that.
4:47 remains. And Star Valley will have the ball after the 4th down interception at their own 37-yard line.
And Coulter Martinson with that pick and getting an attaboy, and he's had a good game.
Coming in to play quarterback for the Braves is Phoenix Hovey. He's a junior, getting some reps here in the varsity game. Phoenix will throw it to his right, connects, a flag thrown on the play. Preston Ross on the reception. He'll have a few. We'll see what the flag is over on the far side where the catch was made. As it stands now, it would be a 4-yard reception. It's a hold on the offense, though, so that will negate. So that will take off the yards.
Sorry, Preston.
Flag was thrown at the 42, 5 yards from there, pushes the ball all the way back to the 47, so that hold is going to be a 10-yard penalty.
You can also see Nathan Hatterley out there, number 34, so a lot of kids getting in some varsity time here in the final 5 minutes.
2nd and 20 now for Star Valley. Coming in late is Carson Clapp, number 99.
That's the number I would pick.
He's going to line up as tailback, number 99 tailback. Hovey under center. End around, hand off to Hatterley, and Nathan Hatterley will come off the right side and be tackled inbounds for a gain of about 7. They'll put him at the 41 to make it a 6-yard gain. 4:25 to go and counting in this game. Star Valley up 44-0. Trying to milk some clock and get some extra time for their JV squad here.
Watson coming back in. You can see him 43. Hovey number 9, the quarterback.
3 receivers flanked wide to the left. Going to be a handoff to the tailback, dancing, jiving up to the 40, and then pushed backwards for a gain of just 1 on 2nd and 15. Watson will get the carry for the 1-yard gain. Now a 3rd and 13 to go for Star Valley. Under 4 minutes remains in the game. Again, stay with us for Silver Star postgame coverage. We'll have your studio update with Jake, give you a snapshot of what took place across the state of Wyoming this week, especially on the western side. Stats, player of the game, conversation with Coach Young and a player or two down on the field. And a look ahead to Preston next week for Star Valley, who will go to 1-0 on a 0-week win.
Hatterley back in the backfield there, 34.
He'll set up to the left side hip of Hovey at quarterback. Phoenix will throw. Launches downfield and overthrew his intended target. Was looking for Travis Thompson down the field and can't connect with the sophomore on the left sideline. 4th and long, and for the first time in the game, we'll see Star Valley punt. It will come with 3:11 to go in the 4th quarter. A 4th and 13 from their own 40. Ball spotted right at the 40.
And again, these are opportunities that chance to get a good rep, a good game rep. Chance for Christoph Bueller maybe to drop this inside the 10. That's what you'd like him to do.
He'll be punting from the Star Valley 48. Officials will come in and blow whistles before the play begins. It's going to be a dead ball foul false start on Star Valley. So that will push him back 5 more yards.
So I've got that 8 penalties, 85 yards for the Braves. That's a bit higher than the coaching staff likes.
Christoph calls for the ball. Punts from the 45 and a nice deep punt, pushing the returner back into the end zone. Caught it out of the end zone, then went in the end zone for a touchback. And it's going to be a touchback inside the goal line and up to the 20-yard line.
Chase Ricks bringing that in.
Shelly will get the ball back with 3:02 to go in the game. Star Valley leading it 44-0. Stories of the game, 5 interceptions by the Star Valley Braves on defense. On offense, Bryson Neild with the fireworks tonight. He was on the same page with Smith McClure from the get-go.
Speaking of fireworks, I don't know if that was somebody falling down or if that was an actual firework.
3 minutes to go in the game, 44-0. Once again, Russets look to throw, underthrown, and through the hands of a would-be 6th interception, and also through the hands of the receiver. That one drops incomplete with Torrey McBride back in at quarterback on that pass.
Yeah, he was trying to find Trosper.
And after one pass, McBride will come out. Clock is stopped after the incompletion with 2:56 to go in the game. Well, McBride will stay in the game, rather. He just went to the sideline for the play call. And he'll come back into the huddle. Star Valley Braves will get ready to host Preston next week. That will be an official on-the-record game that will count towards playoff seeding and the whole gamut. So then they have Sugar after that, Teton, Idaho after that. 3A West play begins the following week.
So, yeah, the Braves open up 2 home games, Duke, and then 4 straight roadies.
Here's a throw down the seam. Man's there, caught first down, tackled across the 40. A flag comes in late. I believe, maybe not. Thought I saw one fly, but maybe not after all. So it is going to be a nice pitch and catch down the field, middle of the seam, and the football down to the 42-yard line. A first down for Shelly. 2:46 to go in the game.
Gain of 22 yards.
Daniel Morgan on the tackle in the secondary. 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line.
That one was right on the money.
Still in at quarterback is Troy McBride. Calls for the ball. Trips to his left side. Goes to that side. Screen pass. Caught. Blocked. Broken tackle up the sideline across the 45 and stopped shy of the 50.
It's Cale Remington who brought that one in.
Give him 7 yards up to about the 48-yard line. 2nd down and 3 to go for the Russet offense with the clock rolling down to 2:05 remaining in the 4th quarter of play. Russet still huddling up as Coach Merritt hopes his defense can hold for under 2 more minutes and get a shutout tonight. 2nd and 3 from their own 49. Russet's on offense. McBride again in at quarterback. Looks to throw left, pump fakes. Now comes back, throws down the sideline deep and just threw it out of bounds. Nobody there. Miscommunication between McBride and the receivers. And the incompletion stops the clock with 1:32 to go in the game. It's 3rd down and 3 from their own 49.
As you mentioned, Coach Merritt, the defensive coordinator, the last time the Braves played in the state title game against Cody in Laramie back in November of 2023 was a shutout. And looking for another one here. In fact, I can't remember the semifinal game. I was trying to think if they're trying to get 3 in a row, but they're definitely trying to get 2 in a row.
3rd and 3 from their own 49. Russet's on offense. Braves blitz up the middle. Hand off, and they will not get the first down. In fact, Blackner may have lost a yard. He did. A 3rd and 3. Now a 4th and 4 with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Ball back to the 48.
Obviously a chance here to maybe, that's the thing. In your head, you're thinking, oh, maybe they'll just huck it down the field. They only need 4 yards. You still got 1:05 to go here. So I could see him maybe sending some guys, but also hitting somebody underneath.
See what Coach Bird has drawn up for his Russet offense. 54 seconds and counting remains in the game. See if the Braves can get him off the field. Quarterback keeper dives ahead, but he's not going to have it. He'll have positive yards, needed 4, but only got 2, maybe 2.5. And Shelly will turn it over on downs. The Braves will retain the shutout, and they'll win this one 44-zip. Offense will come back out. 2 kneel downs will end the game. And Star Valley will pick up the win 3 in a row against Shelly.
Well, thankfully, I'm able to go to WyomingFootball.com and Patrick Schmidt and all the good work he does. This will be the second straight shutout for the Braves if this score does hold. Star Valley had a pretty spirited semifinal game with Buffalo back in the semifinals. We've kind of forgotten about that. But they did shut out the Warland Warriors the week before that in the quarterfinals of last year's playoffs. So this would be the third shutout in the last 4 games, which I think means Coach Merritt gets an extra birthday.
Is that what he does? I'll give it to him. May run a play here instead of taking some kneel downs. Coach Young sending in some more players to get a rep. Looks like Gunnar Brogue potentially going to be quarterback here.
And Gunnar, he's a starting defensive back. He might just be in there to...
He'll come up under center, and Coach Young will actually take a timeout. Offense wasn't quite sure what to do there, so we'll take a quick timeout with him and end the game when we come back on the SBI Sports Network.
Today, we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes look at what happens at the bank before we open on game day.
After the timeout, Ross Hilton will come in and play quarterback, younger brother of Tristan Hilton, former quarterback, and Ross will run the ball forward after stepping back to pass and pick up a few yards.
I love me some rodeo kids that play football. I just like that.
He's a sophomore, and he'll pick up 4 yards on the carry to make it 2nd down and 4 with 20 seconds remaining. And now the offense will come out in the victory formation. And it looks like the starters will come in, Smith, McClure, and the crew to end the game. Well, they don't need to kneel it. I guess that ran out the clock. So that's it. Game over. Final Star Valley 44, Shelly 0. And the Braves pick up the 0-week win. And the quest for the three-peat continues as they look towards Preston on this field next week. Silver Star Communications post-game show coming your way next. But first, let's take a look around at the state of Wyoming tonight. Jake Hibbard with a studio update presented by Mountain Valley Mattress Company on the SBI Sports Network.
Hey guys, thanks so much, and nice win there for Star Valley. Let's take a look around the state. We'll start off with Evanston. This game is currently still in the 4th quarter, but it's 28-0. This game started off with a red zone appearance by Evanston that was picked off. Ben Lohman trying to keep Evanston off the scoreboard. It was only about 2 minutes later, though, late in the 2nd quarter, that Evanston would get their first touchdown of the game into the end zone. First of the season as well. Jesse Page, a 13-yarder, goes for 7 on the board. Excuse me, that one's about a 30-yarder. This one's the 13-yarder, and it comes in by Braden Wallace. It was 21-0 at this point. That made it 28-0. That's where we stand now late in the 4th quarter. Let's jump over, go ahead, and move along now to Powell, as we had a big surprise here today. This right here is a big run by Mikhail Foley. Thought Powell was going to get a score off of this drive in the 3rd quarter. Was not to be, though, and it was actually Riverton that got the first points of the game in. Then, right here, Blake Gantenbein, got to learn the new quarterbacks, Gantenbein to Clay Sheets, 25 yards. That was the first score of the game. 1 second left. Powell at the 1-yard line. At the pylon, it's Caden Nelson. No good. 7-0. Riverton gets the win there. And that is what we have right now, guys, for contests that I was able to get video footage of. There was not a whole lot of video footage available for that, but let's go ahead and take a look at scores. I'm not sure. Some of the streams that normally go weren't going this weekend. In Class 4A, we had Sheridan getting a 79-0 win over South, and then you can see the rest of those scores right there. Rock Springs, big win over Central, 23-16. Shoshone over Wright, 14-6 in interclassification. Still no score there for Glen Rock and Jackson that we found. Lyman loses to Malad in their opener, 6-0, and Torrington falls to Gehring. Looks like they'll fall. It's in the fourth quarter, 34-14 right now, and Mitchell Wheatland 53-6. Guys, before I take off, I want to give a little shout out to the volleyballers as well, as they are in Central right now, and let's run through what they did. They had a pretty good day out there, guys. 2-1. This is some footage of Thunder Basin. They lost this match 2-0 on the set count. Unfortunately, it was the only one streamed of the day, so I couldn't get their wins. But they came back, beat South 2-0, and then beat Sheridan. Nice win here, 2-1. They'll continue that tomorrow, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Jake. That's the Mountain Valley Mattress Company studio update around the state of Wyoming as Sweet Caroline is played here at the Speakers over Brays Field, and the team celebrates their 0-week win over the Shelly Russets. Final score, Star Valley 44, Shelly 0. In our Silver Star post-game show, take flight to faster Wi-Fi. Learn how at silverstar.com. Now let's see how the Braves did on the box score with the Battleson Brothers Carpet One Floor and Home battle stats.
Well, I like to start with the opposing team first. I had Troy McBride, 10 of 23 through the air. Bracken Draper came in 4 of 8. However, they combined for 5 interceptions in the game. That turned out to be a really big obstacle for the Russets to overcome, as it would be for anybody. 14 receptions as a team, totaling 99 yards for the Russets. Leading the way was Chance Waite. He had 5 for 42 yards. 28 rushes for 68 yards. The high man there was Cade Esplin, number 0. He had 5 carries for 25 yards. 5 turnovers, 3 penalties for 25 yards, 167 total yards for the Russets. The Braves, meanwhile, kind of coasted in that second half as far as offensive yards were concerned. Smith McClure, 14 of 23, 297 yards, and 3 passing touchdowns. He also ran for another, so 4 total touchdowns for Smith. Bryson Neal, 6 catches, 183 yards, and 3 of those touchdowns. Cooper Lancaster had 3 for 57. Dayton Schwab had 3 for 47. McClure also had 4 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown. Grant Thompson and Riley Erickson each with a rushing touchdown. Bryson Neal, Dayton Schwab, Grant Thompson, Cam Mickelson, and Coulter Martinson had those interceptions. The Braves with 297 through the air, 210 on the ground for a total of, well, that total's wrong, over 500 something. So that's a look at your stats here from Battleson Brothers.
Again, find them just south of the arch in Afton. Battleson Brothers Carpet One, Floor and Home. We are going down to Millie in just a few moments, but first, Coach Young is speaking with Coach Bird on the Shelly Russet side, and Shelly will hit the bus and head home. Star Valley will stay home and welcome in the Preston Indians next week. Now, that's been another traditional Idaho team that Star Valley's faced the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, and the Indians, you're gonna. That's the thing. You're gonna get some familiarity there, not just because you play them every year, but the Russets played them last week, and Preston's a big 5A school in Idaho, and they got some physical players. They're gonna come in, and the Braves have to play well to win that game.
Looks like we do have Millie Kazare down on the field, getting ready to speak with Coach Young, and a couple players, McClure and Neild, down there. Looks like they had an okay game, those two anyway. It's the Miles CPA sideline report. Millie, take it away.
About today's win.
It was great. I mean, we've been practicing hard for it all week. Is what we come out to do.
Is there anything else?
It's great to be out here with my boys. Start the season off good.
Yeah. All right. And what do you think of the team's chemistry today?
I think it's crazy how much flow there is, and it's easy to look good when you got these big old dudes blocking for you up front. So.
Yeah. Sweet. All right. And this is a big win for this season. How do you feel?
I feel great. Before anything, if you notice, the coaching staff, we got the shirts. The world needs more Chomas.
Yes.
Kimberly Choma, we love you. Keep recovering. All of you that are watching at home, get on that GoFundMe and send her something to help her along her way. But just much love for Kim. This one was for her. And yeah, I mean, obviously the game, we're super excited. Defense especially I was proud. And then offensively, we got a lot of the old running backs here at the game giving me a hard time for not handing it off enough. But when you got the athletes we have this year, we're going to spread it around and we're going to make ourselves hard to defend. So proud of these two. They put on a show for the home crowd.
Yes, I agree. It was a great game today, guys. Back to you, Duke.
Thank you, Millie Kazare, with our Miles CPA sideline report. Miles CPA in Afton and Alpine. And Dow Coach Young mentioning the Kim Choma shirts. That's something that we will echo, that sentiment to him. Anyone that can hop on that GoFundMe and help out Kim would be appreciated.
You know, the thing about Kim is you can see how beloved she is from the outpouring of support, not just here in Star Valley, but also in Laramie, where she's been the equipment manager for the football team and other sports the last couple of years. And a lot of folks in both of those locations love Kim. She had just an absolutely dreadful ordeal a couple weeks ago with that crash. She ends up being out all night, overnight, seriously injured. And as you know, this country, it's expensive to get injured, and they would certainly could use some help there and on that. And if you have the means and the will to do that, please do so, because Kim is, I don't know that it gets any better than Kim Choma as far as a person, and you can see that with the outpouring of support and the football teams both here and in Laramie behind her all the way.
Silver Star postgame coverage online at silverstar.com. Braves win 44-0, player of the game. Dal, I think we got to go with number 3, Bryson Neal. Great start to his senior campaign tonight.
And we're going to have plenty of chances for Smith McClure to be the player of the game, believe me. He had a heck of a game tonight as well. But, yeah, we're going to go with Bryson tonight. 6 catches, 183 yards, 3 touchdowns. And, man, he made it look easy out there.
Congratulations to Bryson Neal. Today's player of the game is presented by Star Valley Skidoo. Financing as low as 1.99% for 36 months on your next side-by-side or ATV. Visit StarValleySkidoo.com. That is StarValleySkidoo.com. Thank you for joining us tonight. That will do it for the Silver Star Communications post-game show. Braves over the Shelly Russets on their home field on a 0-week win, 44-0. Next week, Star Valley on a Friday night will welcome in the Preston Indians. We'll be here for live coverage on Swift 98, SBI Media, and across the SBI Sports Network. I'm Duke Dance with Al Erickson, producer David Kazare, Sage Jacobson, and our great 4K camera crew. Thank you guys. We'll catch you next week on the SBI Sports Network.